I remember launching at Brolum's, and I went to go look at my package, and when I started, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I don't know, like, what in the world am I gonna do? And I got on, I Googled how to package food product, and I ordered some, like, little, they're little bags that I used a hair straightener to seal the top of them. I was sealing them off and sending them to Brolum's. I remember when I got on the shelf, I went to go check on them, and all of the packages were gone. Like, there's like, no one even knows about these. Why are these gone? Like, where are they going? And I went to my mom's house that night, opened up the freezer, and she had all my chocolates there, and she was like, pass them out like Costco samples.
This is the Real Rebuild Podcast, where people drop the polished version and get real about the screw ups, the scars, and the breakthroughs that actually shape a life. Raw stories, hard lessons, zero fluff. I'm your host, Tommy Sessions. Let's get into the truth.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. Today we have a really special guest, someone who's practically family and honestly one of the most hardworking, joy-filled people I know. Kelsey Peterson isn't just a CrossFit powerhouse who can outlift most of us while smiling the whole time like you did to me today. She's also the heart behind Kelsey's. It's just Kelsey's, right? You told me this.
It is just Kelsey's.
A brand that started as a tribute to her mom's legacy in the kitchen. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Kelsey grew up in a family that embraced vegan cooking and healthy living, especially after her mom faced health challenges and ultimately battled ALS, correct?
Right.
Now, Kelsey channels that same love for nutritious, delicious food into her own line of bars that honor her mom's memory and keep that family spirit alive. So we're going to dive into her journey, talk about what makes her tick, and probably get a little inspired by her unstoppable optimism. And yes, maybe we'll tease her a bit for being the happy warrior she is. Ta-da!
You know quite a bit about me, actually.
Know a lot more than I did.
That was good.
That was good. You nailed it.
Yes. I was there. So some of those things I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm right, but I might be wrong. No.
You got it. You nailed it.
Yeah. So we like to start from conception around here. So yeah, how were you born?
No, we know how she was born. How was she conceived? Is
I'll tell you,
that's what you mean.
I only
You
know
are
how I was
tired.
born. I've never, I don't know.
You're from here though, right?
Yeah, Idaho Falls.
Okay.
From Idaho Falls, 6 older brothers, 1 sister. Big family.
Dude, I forgot. Yeah, you got a ton of brothers.
Yeah,
Aren't they all like studs?
I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah. I've heard
Yeah.
some stories. Isn't one of your brothers like triathlon freak? Just like absolute powerhouse. like you?
A brother that's he was really into biking.
Okay.
Yeah,
Biking.
So he did a lot of road biking. He's now switched over to CrossFit, which is fun. Yeah. But, and then another brother that is doing high rocks right now, but Ironman, and a sister, she actually just went to Worlds for high rocks last summer.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's been into Ironmans, or Iron Women's. I don't know.
I think it's Iron Man all around.
Ironman, right?
It's sexist.
But yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So just, a lot of athletes in the family.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who's the better CrossFit athlete, you or your brother?
I don't want to boast.
Oh, come on.
It would probably be me. I spent a lot of time in the gym.
How many,
Yeah.
like when you were going,
I was
what
training.
semis, right?
Yeah, that was like the peak of it. And
What-
then I was like, I think I'm good. I think I've done what I want to do.
How much work did you have to put in a day to get there?
Well, I started CrossFit 10 years ago. So, but that was just the basics. Like I was doing the class, maybe I'd lift a little after. And then after I had Rooster, which was, gosh, he's 4 now. So 4 years ago, I was like, actually, I really want to go to semis. I've always wanted to go to semis. And I started going to Michelle, and we all work out together, but I started going to her gym. And that's when I was like, you know what? If she could do it, then I think I could do it too. Because I always like, oh, I'm a mom now. Like I'm probably not going to do it. But I got inspired. And at that point, I was doing 2-a-days. So I do 2-a-days, 5 days a week. And then 1 day a week, I just do 1 session. 1 day I would rest. And each session was probably like hour and a half, 2 hours. So
Dang.
3.5 to 4 hours on those 5 days a week.
Did Adrian do your programming? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
And
had
so you're
extra-
doing 2 hours and your nutrition has always been.
Yeah.
Did that come easy because of like what you'd already grew up doing?
Kind of, but I actually had to learn a lot because it's much different when you're training those hours and building muscle. It is not a vegan diet.
Yeah.
So I had to learn a little different I started eating meat when I started doing CrossFit 10 years ago. So that I already was doing, lots of meat. But then when I started training, I actually wasn't eating enough carbs. So I had to start tracking how much carbs I was eating because I wasn't eating enough to build the muscles or to have the fuel. So I remember getting done with my day and be like, oh my gosh, I need to eat like a whole loaf of bread and some carbs. So I did have to change, kind of how I was eating. But I was already kind of disciplined and I was already aware of what I was eating. So it was nice. I wasn't just like totally out of the blue for me to be aware of what I was eating. It kind of, you know.
Yeah. Did you have to you track that all like with an app and stuff? Or you just go wing it?
When I first started tracking, when I started eating protein, or more protein meat, I started tracking on Fat Secret, that app. And then after that, I would track randomly. I would take a few days and track to see where I was at, but then I just kind of had a running tally in my head all day.
That's cool.
So you could probably ask me at what point of the day, like how many grams, and I could give you a rough estimate when
That's
I was
cool.
training.
That's cool. So was mom and dad always pretty nutritionally sound with you guys, or?
They didn't my parents weren't controlling at all. They just lived their life, and then I liked it, so I followed what they did, but they never told me what to do ever,
Nice. So they was
like, my
just
whole
like,
life.
just made sure
Dang.
you
Yeah.
ate your greens and got
It
all the
wasn't
nutrients you
even that,
needed,
because they
or?
would just put the food on the table, so it's not like they're like, "Make sure you eat that." It was like, that's what was at the house, so
Yeah,
that's what you
yeah.
ate, you know?
Gotcha.
So it was never really they led with a lot of just by example, I
There you
would
go.
say, my whole life. Yeah, but my dad didn't always eat like my mom. I was 12 when my mom's intestine, they totally flipped over, and I guess I was 10, and they flipped over, and then by the time I was 12, I watched what she was doing. She started eating just fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, and I was like, "Holy cow, like, your whole, like, mannerism, like, your whole, I would say, like, her appearance and, like, a countenance change." It was, like, much lighter, and I could tell what she was doing was really cool, and I was like, "You know, I'm gonna, like, figure out what she's doing while I'm here at the house." And that was at 12. So then she's like, "Hey, if you're gonna learn how to eat this way, you need to come with me to study and learn what you're doing, because you can't just eat, carrots. You have to actually know how to make this food." And so I went to California with her to study when I was 12, and then I also went to Puerto Rico to study. And I came back, um, and started teaching these raw food classes to people.
Mm.
And the brownie batters that we sell, they were a recipe that we taught. So people asked for me to make them on the outside after class, and I was like, "This is a great side hobby. Like, I could do this in junior high. Like, I know how to make this. People are wanting them." So I started doing it honestly in junior high, and then in 2019, that's when I decided to figure out how to mass produce them. I was listening to How I Built This a ton. I don't know, have you guys listened to that podcast at all?
Mm-mm.
How I
What is
Built
it?
This? How I Built This by Guy Raz. It's a great podcast.
Like, is it how I built it? Like, what's his premise? How I built like a business,
Yeah.
or how I? Okay,
Any company. He has anyone from like Cliff Bar to other startups.
nice.
But yeah,
That's cool.
Check that
how
out.
they built the company. And it's interesting listening to him because every single one of the businesses was built different. And when I was listening to him, I was like, you know what? I actually kind of want to start a business. Like, I think I could do this. I have some of the qualities that these founders have. And I went to a juice bar, asked if they wanted to sell our brownie batter bites, and they did. So I was like, okay, here we go. And I think it was like the idea, and then 2 weeks later I was doing it. So there wasn't much. I just kind of went with it. And yeah, that was the birth of Kelsey's.
That's awesome.
So it's maybe started when I was 12, but it really came into life in 2019.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
6 years ago, you started Kelsey's.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's been 6
So-
years now.
It was just you and your mom who were vegan, or like your whole family kind of transitioned? How did that work?
Yeah, so my mom started. She'd always been into health my whole life, but when her intestines flipped, the doctor said that you had to have more enzymes in your diet, and they were giving her like bottles of enzymes to have. And she's like, I actually know if I don't cook my food, I'll have enzymes in them. And so she started teaching or eating the raw food diet. And I joined her like a year and a half later. And then my dad didn't start eating that way probably, I don't know, maybe like 5 years after my mom, and we were the only 3. The other people would eat whatever was at the house, but they would also eat whatever else was outside the house, but I was pretty strict. Like, if I went to student body camp, I would pack all my own food and take it, and was known as Healthy Kelsey.
So
in high
so
school.
yours was just
My
yours was
father-in-law
out of
calls
a
you that.
preference for yourself, not necessity. Your mom's was necessity. Yours
Yeah.
was out of preference because
Yeah.
of what you liked to see that your mom was getting from it.
Yeah, I think I could see the difference in my mom, and then also just doing it with my mom, I don't know, yeah, it just felt like what I needed to do, so I did it.
What do you feel now that you've, like you said, 10 years ago you started eating meat and
Yeah.
getting into a different diet? Do you feel different? Do you feel one's better than the other, or
I do feel like it was good for me to add protein into my diet. For me personally, I think with working out, I love to do CrossFit, so it helps with my recovery and also feels a little more balanced for me personally. But I feel like I learned such good lessons of having more fruits and vegetables in my diet that I would never replace those years of my life.
because now you can get like vegan proteins and stuff like that, right? Like
Yeah.
you could probably stay vegan, or do you think not?
I think it's hard to just replace the real thing.
Yeah, I think that's true too. I feel like if you're gonna have protein in your diet, it's better to have the natural source of it than just something made in a lab.
So you'd have to eat a
Yeah.
pile of beans.
And you'd probably
To get a lot of
have
protein.
a really bad tummy ache. maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, I remember when you started eating chicken and I saw your biceps and I was like, there's a vein coming out of that thing. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And you're like, yes. And Taylor's like, yeah, she started eating chicken.
Yeah, it was a big deal when I started eating chicken.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I remember like, and it wasn't just like the up vein, it was the cross vein.
I
You know,
think
like-
that's just genetics.
No, I was like,
I think that's genetics.
I'm going to eat chicken now too.
Yep. That's the magic.
Yeah, chicken
Yeah,
nuggets.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's the magic, but
Dang it.
oh well.
Yeah.
I remember-
Today's workout, Kelsey annihilated it.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable.
I
That was
tried.
ridiculous.
I thought you were gonna hang. But you're
Yeah, I
close.
fell right off. The second I hit the 185 overhead, I was like, I heard you drop your bar. I'm like, I'm effed.
Yeah, I saw you split those ones up.
I couldn't, I was
Yeah.
going to go unbroken.
Yeah,
And I was like, if I go unbroken through the first round, I will ruin every round after this.
yeah,
I tried to go unbroken my last round and got to 9 and hit a wall,
yeah.
and I couldn't get it overhead for like, I had to rest for like 30, 45 seconds to get any strength back. It was really bad.
Yeah, I feel like with that, it's just like so much core that you wouldn't realize on those shoulders or head, especially like taxing your core going into it. So you have to know exactly how much your core can take. I feel like to know how to break up the rest of the workout.
It's
good way
funny
to think
because
about it.
today was the
Yeah.
first day ever. I realized I never flex my butt cheeks when stuff's overhead. And if you do, it's easier. I'm dead serious.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think I necessarily think about flexing my butt cheeks either.
Dude,
like, so
try
I
it.
don't know.
I was like trying it today. I was like messing around because I'm like, I don't think I'm engaging my core enough.
Yeah,
Because
you
I'm-
have to do that.
Yeah, but I'm like,
Yeah.
but I was like, okay, engage your core. And I was like, I'm going to just flex my butt cheeks on this one too. And I was like, it all just worked out. for
Everybody in
the
this
better,
room's
dude.
flexing their butt cheeks right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, who all flexed their butt cheeks?
Yeah,
I
I think
did.
if
I was
you-
trying to
Guilty.
I don't know what it
think
is.
Getting everything tight helps, but I'll think butt cheeks.
Think about butt cheeks next time.
It
Well, I
was,
did it because Michelle's always yelling that.
She's always
Flex
used
your
that. Squeeze your
yeah,
cheeks.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, maybe I need to do it because my back's been hurting.
Yeah.
It's just tight. Like all week it's been tight. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I gotta like make sure my posture stays up and down.
Yeah.
And that's why I flexed the butt cheeks. And it just like aligned my spine.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What's the movie where the guy, he's got probably a little case of the tism, but he's like, I've been juicing, and he's like,
51st dates.
yeah, and he
Yep.
flexes his butt. He's like,
Yeah. So say. Yeah.
Start
but
saying
he's like
that.
meeting the doctor. Yeah, dude. That's an Adam Sandler movie.
But so what? Your journey into the games. So people that are listening, like the CrossFit games are, well, they used to be, I guess, like the upper echelon, like the elite, the Super Bowl, I guess, of CrossFit world. Like what? I don't necessarily care. I do care, but like the physical aspect we all know is like tough, right? But to me, it's the mental aspect of the whole thing. Like, how did you prepare? How do you like combat that? Because to me, that is harder mentally than physically. Like
Yeah.
if you're in a workout and it's like, your body can do it. And like I just said, I hit a wall at 9 today, and I probably could have done them if I was mentally stronger. How do you train that?
When I first started doing this, I remember talking to Michelle and I was like, I can do the training, but mentally, this is way harder. All this training is so much harder mentally than physically. Because I do think that it does take away more mental than you think it does. But I think with mentally, it's just like building your squat right. You're not just going to like lift 100 pounds and then next time you're going to lift 300 pounds. It's just like a gradual increments that you add. And I think a lot of times mentally you forget about like the little steps that you have to take and you just try jumping. If I give that analogy with lifting a bar, like of course they're like, oh yeah, like you have to build. But it's the same thing with mentally. I think you just build. And it's so hard to tell those two apart from your like physical and mental, but I think mental leads the whole thing.
So when you say build, like, and you refer to mental, you're saying like, I don't know, let's say, for instance, again today, 20 toes to bar in a row. And you're like, I'm going to go unbroken each round. And you get to your third round. And I think I broke at 10 because I knew if I didn't break at 10, once I got to 15, I probably would be gassed. Like, do you just say, okay, instead of going 10, I'm going to go 11? Or what do you mean build? How did you do
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I think exactly that. But with a workout like that, you do kind of have to know like where you're at. And I think with building anything, if you know where you're at, then you can know where you're going. But if you don't know where you're at, it's like in maps, right? Like in order to get me a direction, it has to know where your current location is. And so I think the biggest thing you have to do is map out where you're currently at. And then you're like, okay, I know this is where I'm at. So this time I'm going to just push it one further. And I think mentally and physically, it's just so tied together. It's hard to separate the two, but mentally you're growing, physically you're growing, and they're just so tied together, I think.
So you kind of like benchmark it, saying
Yeah.
like, last time I did 20 toes to bars, next time I'm going to do 22. But you got to tell yourself that.
Yeah.
What you're doing.
Yeah. I think that it's hard, like in our classes, to actually, we don't have enough time to just do benchmarks all the time. But when you're training, every 4 weeks, you're testing yourself where you're at.
Right.
So you can,
Oh, that's cool.
4 to 6 weeks, you're starting, to just test where you're at. So you know where to build. Because if
Gotcha.
you don't have that there, then it's like, where are we even going?
Yeah. All right. So how did you combat like being a mom and a business and everything else mentally? Like, did that ever tax you,
Yeah,
or like,
it does,
how did
yeah.
you push through that?
Yeah, I feel like too I don't know if balance really exists. I feel like you're like sometimes you're like putting more effort into this and other times you're putting more effort here and more effort and just trying to keep things going. But it does. I think it's been nice not doing so much CrossFit and balancing other things in my life and kind of giving other times seasons. I think everything has a season. So I think it'd be lying to say that if I am like, oh yeah, I balance it all perfectly. I definitely don't.
Do you even
Yeah.
believe there is such thing as balance?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if
Like-
there is. Like, I think that you always have to like ebbs and flows of different seasons.
Yeah. I mean, inevitably, yeah, if you have a goal to make it to the games, right? Like, there is no balance. That is the goal. That is where your time is going. And I mean, you're still going to put time into being a good mom and growing your business, but
Yeah.
the majority of your time is going here.
Yeah, because it's kind of like takes over a lot of your thoughts too. Like even when you're doing something else, right? You're like, oh, I should have done this and that. So
Yeah.
I heard this the other day. It was either on a podcast or an Instagram reel or something that talked about like when you are first beginning a journey, like, and you and Taylor say are together, right? And like you probably supported Taylor in his endeavors at the first of your marriage to a certain point, and then it's like then roles kind of reverse almost, and it's where it's like, okay, now it's your turn. Like you started Kelsey's, you started your CrossFit journey, or CrossFit journey, then Kelsey's, but like now it's like Taylor's time to support. And so, like, do you feel that that's how it happened, or not to dime Taylor out or
yeah,
not? But
no, I feel like everything cool in my life has been because of Taylor. I feel like he's supported me in everything, which is really nice. And I think he's happy that I'm not training right now though, as well. He's like happy that like, okay, like you're present and here, but he was supportive and helped me get there. So,
that's
yeah.
funny because
Yeah.
I think that I've talked to Luke about this a little bit
Yeah.
too. And when Michelle was training to go to the games, Luke was like, when she was done, he was like, thank you. Like, it's about time.
Yeah, I think that's it, Taylor. And I told Taylor, I was like, just that, like, it's always been a goal of mine, and I'm getting older. Just like, let me cross it off my bucket list, please, and then I'll be done.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Because it's a heck of a commitment, and not just the hours a day. I mean, it's
you have to like really love it.
Yeah.
yeah. I think.
Do you think it took a toll on your body at all, or do you?
I tried to pull out before it did because I started seeing that. I was like, I actually would love to be doing CrossFit when I'm 80 and 90, and if I continue at this rate, I'm not going to be able to. So hopefully, I pulled out with my training early enough
Yeah.
that
What were you starting to see?
No, I mean, nothing crazy, but I just wear and tear. I mean, that's just a lot of volume, on your joints, and it's just a lot of volume. But I feel good,
Yeah.
So
It's got to be probably like something
Yeah.
like football, right?
Yeah,
You
it's
think
just
about
like
like the amount of like
volume.
hits you take.
Yeah.
It's like inevitably it's just going to mess you
Wear.
up more and more.
Yeah.
Not mess you up, but like, yeah, like you said,
It's
you
just
just got
wear,
hours.
like wear and tear. Yeah.
And that's like when I broke my neck, like the doctor was telling me other things. He's like, hey, you got this and this, but like that's price of admission for the life you live. He's like, if you just did nothing, yeah, your body would be fine, but you'd be bored as hell and want to not be alive. So it's like it's price of admission.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. Agreed.
that's cool. Let's go to I want to talk about your happy attitude.
My happy attitude.
Yeah.
Dude, you're always happy.
Seriously.
Like what was that like from a kid? Like you were just
Glad to hear.
happy, or is that something you work on?
I actually don't know if I've ever been asked that question, to be honest with you.
We could
So
change it
that's
from
just
healthy
my
Kelsey to
Yes.
smiley Kelsey.
There's
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, I think maybe being the youngest too, like you just kind of go with the flow. You don't usually say this is how things need to be done. So that I do feel like a lot of times, like you always think that happiness is going to be on the outside, but I felt like from a very young age, I was like, no, it actually happens on the inside. Like my mom was into shopping and she loved shopping, like everything. Like she would check me out and say I had a doctor's appointment, but we would go shopping. And I always knew, I was like, well, like I loved getting that, but it didn't really make me happy or not. Like I feel the same after I got it, So I think at an early age, I was like, oh, it's not really necessarily what's on the outside is making me happy. So just realizing that it comes from the inside. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like you have gone down this avenue of this whole journey the past few years helping people. What have you noticed on that?
I think there's this
Okay.
element,
Yeah.
like, I think I'm kind of like realizing this lately is exactly what you're saying. Like, a lot of the answers we're searching for are already inside.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
we need to be going inside out, not outside in.
Yeah. Agreed.
But it's you just learn through life, I guess, and just trying to change your perspective on things and realize like a lot of stuff I'm seeing now or kind of realizing now is I can only control me, right? I've said this before, but like it's just resonating more. It's like I can only control what I can control, and I need just to accept everything else for what it is. And once you just like let go of the outcome, knowing like whatever's happening is not in your control, you've done what you can. Your happiness relies on you at that point. So it's like it's just up to you. So
Yeah. That's kind of like, gosh, who's that person that came out with Let Them Theory?
oh dude,
Oh,
Mel,
yeah.
Yeah.
Robbins?
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
good book.
Mel Robbins.
Yeah. It's kind of like that whole thing is like you can't control what they do. Like let them do that, and you can choose your attitude on it. So, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I mean I need to read that book again.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I've been listening to Stoicism, the
Oh.
Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. It's good. He says a lot of the same stuff, where it's just like we need to like let go of all this other stuff and just realize at some point we're all just dead. All of us. It's like,
Yeah.
and I've been like thinking a lot. This is getting deep already fast for me. I've been thinking a lot about truth, right? Like what truth is and isn't. And it's like, I'm so stuck sometimes on this, like, oh, it could be this way. I had like a 2-hour conversation with a friend the other day about God and like what was right and wrong and what we should be doing. And I'm like, you don't know. And I don't know either.
It's all an opinion.
It is. And I'm like,
Yeah.
do you want to know the only truths we have? Is we're alive and we're going to die. And if we were supposed to know something, we would. And I know that I'm alive and that I'm going to die. Everything else, I'm like, I think this rabbit hole we were going down together was like, so not like, shouldn't have even taken our time.
Mhm.
It's like, it's not making anyone feel good, like trying to prove someone right or wrong.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, but it's rare, like what your thought process was as young, because I feel like there's just so much like, think about when you go down the road or everything you see on TV and it's just like flashing lights, the newest iPhone, the brand new everything. And so
Mhm.
it's so easy to be consumed by everything on the outside, right? But when you think about, like, I agree with you guys, but it is super hard to find that inner peace when it's so easy just to be like, tell me, did you get the new iPad? That's pretty sick, huh? And then it's hard, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it's rare to hear somebody from a young age to be like, yeah, mom, cool. Like you bought me that, but that's not that. You don't hear that very often. You know what I mean?
I mean, I
So-
still loved all the things about it, but I just noticed
hell
I was
yeah,
like,
I
it
want a
doesn't
pair of
last
new
very long like that. Yeah.
yeah, I get what you're
Still
saying.
love
Everybody still loves it, but
Yeah.
to have that core value just to
Yeah.
be like, not what I want.
But like to know that you were okay without it before.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. Like it just went
Exactly.
right back to
Mhm.
how I felt. Like it lasted for a little bit, but I was like, oh, that doesn't really change you for that long.
Yeah.
Realizing
I
that.
still love buying new stuff, but
Yeah.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
absolutely.
Did you
But it
grow
doesn't
up
make
that
you-
way? Like, did your family, were you raised, like, Idaho Falls is kind of a tough area. Like, it's pretty affluent. Like, there's a lot of well-off people, right? Or even if they're not, like, kids are raised to look like that or whatever. Like coming from Caldwell, it's like their kids weren't raised well off necessarily. And it's not like I can't say that like it's the hood, but it's the hood, right? It's not like we're going to California and going to Oakland or something, but um like were you raised like not conservative, but like conservative as far as like your family, they're not, we drive conservative vehicles. We don't have like the brand new nicest of the nice, the top, or we're like
I think being the baby of the family, it was kind of skewed probably. Like if you asked my older siblings of the 8, it was probably a lot different than me being the youngest of the 4 because my family was at a much different financial position. My dad being a dentist, like when they're all in school for the first 4, they were like, my mom was making their own clothes and sewing everything. But by the time I was growing up, I think and being the girl spoiled, like, my mom waiting for me for a while. Anything I asked for, she would be like, "Sure, yeah, like, whatever you want." So, I think that was also part of the reason why I made the realization because it wasn't like it was ever I didn't get a bunch of no's, so I'm like, I kind of sorted it out. I was like, "Oh, like, that's not like" sometimes when you say get a no and they're resistant, it makes you fight it more, but it
right.
just wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I call that the
That makes
bishop's
sense.
daughter theory.
Yeah.
They're always so trapped, and then once they get the freedom, they're
Yeah,
out and about.
I
Yeah.
just
Go rogue.
got that at a
Yeah.
young age, yeah. Like, my dad didn't I remember one time just they worked a lot. My parents were just, like, avid workers, just the hardest workers I've ever seen, and one time it was, like, 2 a.m. and they were still in the kitchen making food, and I was like, "Hey, I'm going out with Taylor," and they're like, "Okay, come back in a little bit." I'm like, "This is so weird. I'm just walking out the door," and Taylor, like, snuck out, but you're like
That's awesome.
yeah, so,
My dad was the same way.
yeah, just very, like yeah, and maybe they just didn't care by the time I was, the 8th child. I don't know, but they
She'll-
just gave me a lot of
she'll
freedom.
figure it out.
Figure it out.
Like, I think they just are like, you know what? It's part of learning. Like,
It goes back to the control thing, right?
yeah, like they just didn't ever.
if they're going to try to control you to a point where it's like you're just miserable and you don't even want to come home.
Yeah,
It's like, no, like you have the freedom to go and be who you're going to be. You're going to learn lessons you're going to learn. And you come back and it's okay to like tell them too.
yeah,
Like-
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like they knew the principle of let them.
Yeah. Let them theory.
They did. Yes.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I feel I'm the youngest of 5,
Mhm.
and so my brothers and they're always like, "You lived a complete different life than we did." And
Yeah,
this
my
and that.
siblings
I'm
say
like,
that all the time.
and they're like, "You knew a different parents than we did and everything." And I'm like, I don't know. It's so odd to me to think about that. I'm like, our dad was our dad and our mom was our mom. Like that was how it was. But like apparently that's a pretty big deal to older siblings. Like I don't know, yours do the same
My
thing.
siblings signed contracts and stuff, like how many days they could hang out, and
Oh.
it was much different. Like I
Really?
had nothing when I was like,
Huh.
"Hey, you should probably clean your room." Was like what I got. I remember one time, you all know Megan Fielding, but I remember one time being on the roof of our house throwing apples into the road, and I was like, "No one even knows we're up here, Megan. We could do whatever we want."
No way.
Just like,
That's so funny.
yeah, I don't know. I didn't. Maybe it could have benefited me a little bit to have a little more guidelines in them, but I don't know.
I don't know. You seem pretty good to me.
Yeah, seem pretty structured. I
Yep.
think you're good.
Yeah, and I kind of naturally, I remember planning out my days like in the summer. Like I would write in my journal what I wanted to do during each hour. So maybe my parents saw that too, like she doesn't, yeah, maybe I needed their guidance in a much different way than some others.
I will say that I for sure feel the same way, that like parenting is different in the
Yeah.
way of how your child acts. And Jennifer hates when I talk about this, but I think humans are like dogs. And as
We are
like,
animals.
seriously,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and I know it's like, whatever, but if you train a dog and you let a dog get away with whatever for as long as they want, then they're unruly and they get away with what they want, right? But if you train that dog to do what you say on the first command every single time, then you have an obedient dog. And then you can, like, you don't have to be pissed off and you don't have to, like, always be training or whatever. And humans are the same way. If you let humans run over you for so long, they're always going to run over you
Yeah.
unless you reign control, which is way harder when it gets down the road. And so Jen hates when I give that example, but like it's the same way with kids. Like if you let your kids run over you for so long, they're always going to, or you're going to have to make seriously drastic changes. And then it could be like, then they hate you and then they don't ever want to be around. And that's like, I noticed it with our kids that like our oldest, she's like really pretty responsive. And like, so we kind of give her a little more freedom. And then our youngest is a little wild. And so it's like, all right, we probably better pull the reins back on you a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. You see that as a mom?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my kids aren't quite as old, so it's harder. I have a 12-year-old and he is very responsible. So I feel like the same way with your oldest. I haven't really got that way with my 2 younger kids just because they're still second grade and preschool. So it's like they don't really have a lot of freedom anyways. But
Yeah.
with Maverick, the same way. He's very responsible. So I think it will unfold more as we progress here. But yeah. Yeah. They handle school different, which is interesting to see.
Yeah, my kids
Yeah.
definitely handle school different.
Mhm.
Reese is like straight A student. Breland's like, I could give a damn.
I couldn't care less.
Seriously.
I don't care.
And the only reason she gets good grades is because we're like, hey, you can't play if you don't have good grades. And you have to go to school 5 days a week if you have a C.
Yeah.
Where the other kids only have to go to 4 days a week. Like our kids, we hold them if they have I think it's a D. I don't know.
With the interventions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a D or lower or a
Yeah,
C
they
or
like
lower.
have like an I too.
You got to do more.
I.
Yeah.
Gotta go
So
on.
we're like, no, if
For
you have a
intelligent?
C.
No intervention. It sounds like
Okay.
they're on drugs.
Yeah.
Like, why do we call this intervention?
Do they call it intervention?
Yeah. So I had to
Dang.
take him in. I'm like, it sounds bad.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah,
I was
no,
got
Mavs had gone on.
up. This one up.
This guy's out.
You needed intervention.
Oh, dude, I hated school.
Oh,
Which kid do you think is more like you?
Trooper's a lot like me.
Really?
Yeah, we have a lot of similarities. The things he does, I was like, man, that is me in boy form, which is really weird to see.
That's funny.
Yeah. But he struggles reading and writing. And I actually struggled for a long time, but I would work for it, like I kept working and doing the stuff. Whereas Maverick, it just comes a little more natural. So it's a little harder for him to do the homework, but he just naturally does it. So I wonder how that will progress as they get older. I don't know.
You talked about like journaling. Is that something you still do?
I want to do more of it. I feel like I've let it slip a little bit, but it was a big part of growing up, journaling. I would journal a lot.
What'd you write
Yeah.
about? Like just like
Anything.
girl things, or like is it like?
Sometimes girl things, sometimes like the boys I
I
liked or
kissed
whatever.
a boy.
Yeah. And I
But
like
no, I did a lot with soccer actually. A lot of journaling with soccer because I was really into soccer and my dad helped coach me a lot. And he's like, hey, if you ever are in a play and you want it to go different, you need to write about it and write what would change to make it be better. And so I would do a lot of journaling about soccer and then would end up writing about other stuff. I don't know.
that's cool.
And I would plan out like in the summer, I wanted to do, a certain amount of, I trained with Barry Black
I love
growing
Barry.
up. Yeah. So I'd plan, I was like, hey, I'm going to do my workout here. And then I wanted to do a certain amount of time of juggling with the soccer ball. And then I would have soccer practice. And I wanted to do, I did a lot of food. I would make all my own food. So I'd prep all the food.
This was in high school?
Junior high and high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you know if Barry is still here?
Oh,
Dude, that
He
dude
still
changed
doing
my
stuff?
life. I'm not
Yeah.
even joking you.
no. Yeah.
Like,
He did. That's like where I started. I mean, I say I started CrossFit 10 years ago, but I really started it in junior high.
I mean, he had his
It was
own
Barry
like
Black.
version of it.
Who's Barry?
Yeah,
Fill
I
me
would
in,
push-
guys.
I
I'm
remember
out.
pushing his Suburban as he ate pizza and saying, run faster, Johnson.
No way.
Yeah.
So who's this?
And he was
Yeah.
like,
That's where
Barry?
it started.
so Barry was a trainer. He trained kids at Idaho Falls High School, but then I met him through security out at the site
Okay.
because he would train security guys, but he would do classes at the high school on the weekends,
Mhm.
and so I would go because I loved his training. This is before I started CrossFit.
Wait, you did this when you were married then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I met
Yeah.
Barry outside of high school. Like
Yeah.
so I was 25,
Oh, wow.
and I went to like that's how I met Will
Okay.
and like
I know.
Daniel.
Was Will going to those?
Mm-hmm.
He was?
Yeah, that's how I met him.
Dang.
and I
I didn't know
told
he went
Jordan-
after high school. I mean, we did it together in high school. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just super cool.
Yeah.
But like he went to the NFL. He played for the Raiders for a season.
Oh, I've heard of this guy.
Uh,
I've heard of him.
He's funny, man. Like you meet this guy and you would think maybe he's like a grump, but he's not.
He comes across that way unless you get to know him.
Yeah.
Hard ass.
Just like a mean face kind of at first, but he's just.
Yeah, I
he's
would like
funny.
go into his office and he'd have this light next to his desk and it was just shining right in his face. He's like, "Shut up. My wife said I need a happy light." And he'd laugh about it.
No way.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But
He is a good guy.
yeah, man, when I broke my neck, he called me and he asked me like, this was like a few weeks after I broke it. And he's like, "How you doing, man?" Which was cool that Barry called me.
Mhm.
I was like, "I'm okay, blah, blah. I'm working on stuff." He's like, "Have you ever heard of holistic healing?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "I don't know what that is." He's like, "Mind, body, spirit." He's like, "You need all of it." And he like sent me on this journey 5 years
Really?
ago that it changed my life.
Huh.
So
Jeez.
like,
Wow.
yeah, so I went into therapy. I went to all sorts of like different types of training, stretching, healing, like learning about myself to ultimately like where I am now.
Mm.
I can literally attribute it to like me breaking my neck and someone sending me on this holistic journey, which is Barry.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Love you,
You
Barry.
have some deep roots with Barry.
I do, which is
Look at
crazy.
this
You
connection we have.
wouldn't think that like he's just like a
Yeah.
cool NFL, big, rugged, grumpy dude that well, he's not grumpy, I guess, but like, yeah. I never would have expected that from him either.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
it was cool.
Crazy. Yeah. Do you think that it's crazy how when you look back at your life, when you broke your neck, right, where it's gotten you to this point of life and where you would not have been if that didn't happen?
Oh yeah. I think about that all the time,
Yeah.
like things that happened to you in your life that were like totally crappy, but inevitably like the silver lining to that is me now.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm happy with who I am and what I'm doing and where I'm at. I never would be me had that not have happened. There's just so many things that line up. It's like the butterfly effect. Do you think about like, oh man, like when am I going to get through this? How am I going to be on the other side of this? And like, there's things about my life that still aren't the same. Like I've never financially recovered from that accident.
Yeah.
Like I've never gone back to like a place of like where we were just kind of like free financially. But it's like taught me just all these other lessons about life that I just wouldn't have learned any other way. I don't know. It's crazy.
It's crazy to think too. I was thinking as you were talking, I feel like so much of the time, right, we always contribute to like, you know that you're going to live and you
Mhm.
know that you're going to die. Yeah. Sometimes we put so much pressure on financial pressure, like, but look at all these things that you're learning that have so much value that you wouldn't, that we don't, I don't know if we as society put the kind of focus that we should in these other lessons as we do like financial.
Yeah.
Feels like,
I think it's because like nobody can see the work you put in yourself.
yeah,
But everybody can see the work you put
On the
into
outside.
building something,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? Like,
It's
oh,
not.
my life, like
Yeah.
not even like necessarily like for possession's sake, but like, oh, that house is sick, or nice house, nice
It's
Rockwell
easy.
house,
It's
Devin.
easy to see it. It's easy to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like nobody gets to see the work that you put in the inside.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that people do get to see that, but not instantly. And then a lot of times I bet you it's overlooked. And like, oh, that's just Devin, or oh, that's just Kelsey. Like if you think about like Jen when we were down here, how she said like people said that you've changed or whatever. And like Kelsey, you've probably changed since your journey through CrossFit or with Kelsey's or however, like people probably would have seen you in 10 years ago that have never or not have never seen you, but that saw you 10 years ago, see you today, and they're like, holy crap, you've changed. Like your mentality has changed so much. And it's like, and the same thing with you, like, but it's also where, like, if you watch your kids grow up, you don't really see how big they get instantly. But like, you go to grandma's house and they're like, oh my gosh, Maverick, you're huge now. And you're like, he's the same kid he was yesterday. Like, what are
Yeah.
you talking
Yeah.
about, grandma? It's that kind of same thing. And I think where people, they don't see, they see instant gratification with monetary, but the mental journey is such a rugged, like just nasty journey. I think that they don't see that, and they probably don't want to see it, honestly, if they know what a lot of people go through.
Yeah, it's like if you think about when you get to know people, getting to know people is like an investment, and it's hard for people to make investments. And that's why materialistic things are so nice because it's instant gratification. But in order to really find out who somebody is, it takes time. And lots of people don't really know how to sit down and take the time to make an investment for a relationship. It's pretty rare to just randomly meet somebody you know we're best friends. That's me and Devin at the gym. Then it's buddies. But I mean, that's kind of the way I think about it is it's hard to actually find a circle. And then how many people are in your circle do you actually genuinely care enough about to spend time and invest in knowing who they are instead of surface level? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's tough.
Going deep, being open, vulnerable. I mean, it's like I don't know. Even going through like what you've experienced the last few years, right? Of like your own CrossFit stuff, but like I know that losing a parent cannot be easy, right? But like I'm sure you've learned a lot about who you are as a person through that.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely, I felt, you've lost, your
Yeah.
family. Jordan's dad. But yeah, it definitely changed you. Like when I lost my mom, I was like, what? Like, I think the hard part is you don't ever envision your life without that person. And so that's the part too that really kind of hits home when you're like, well, everything that I visioned is now not going to happen. I think that part was and still is for me now, like, as I'm getting used to my dad and he got remarried and all of the complications not com I shouldn't say complications, but all the
Circumstances.
yeah, all the, like, different things that you wouldn't imagine happening, I think causing you to have that kind of agility when you're already carrying a heavy weight of not having that person with you anymore, like, kind of, like, figuring out, like, how agile can you be with the new circumstances, I think that part has been the trickiest for me, I would say, losing somebody. Yeah.
What have you learned about yourself through it? What do you think?
Sometimes that I'm stronger than I think I am. Like I really can handle it. And I feel like that part, like when I got my mom's diagnosis, for those listeners that haven't heard the story, but when I started Kelsey's Kitchen in 2019, I launched the business and it was June, and then I got the diagnosis about my mom. She had 3 months to 3 years to live. And I think when I got that information, like I remember talking to my mom, she told me I was boiling water. I was making some noodles for the kids and I just like sat on my kitchen floor for like the longest time, just like crying. I was like, man, like this isn't happening. Like there's no way this is happening. Like I was in denial till she died. Like I still was like, no, this isn't happening. This isn't happening. And then she died. I was like, wow, like she's not here anymore. Like I think, but she obviously knew that it was happening and she was very intentional about what she was saying to me, what she was doing and really pushed me with Kelsey's. And she's like, look, you've been preparing for this your whole life. Like, you have to go for it. Like, go for it. Keep going. And I remember launching at Brolum's and I went to go look at my package. And when I started, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I was like, I don't know. Like, what in the world am I going to do? And I got on, I Googled how to package food product and I ordered some like little they're little bags that I used a hair straightener to seal the top of them and I was sealing them off and sending them to Brolum's and I remember when I got on the shelf, I went to go check on them and all of the packages were gone. I was like, there's like no one even knows about these. Why are these gone? Like, where are they going? And I went to my mom's house that night, opened up the freezer, and she had all my chocolates there, and she was like, pass them out like Costco samples to all of her friends. And she was very
That's
intentional with
awesome.
the time that she had with me for those 3 months and kept pushing me. But I think back to even moments like after I lost my mom and like times that have been really hard with Kelsey's and in a family situation like that you are always stronger than you think you are to handle it and you wouldn't be given it if you can't handle it. And I think remembering that and even through like CrossFit training, like that to know that it's gonna be hard, but you can do it. I think if you go into the situation, like we all lift together, we all work out together. If you go up to a bar and you're like, this is gonna be easy and you go to lift it, I mean, it's gonna crumble you and it's not gonna be okay. But if I go and I'm like, hey, this is gonna be really hard. I expect it to be heavy. I expect it to be hard. I'm not surprised and I make the lift. So I think like your expectations of everything too, like knowing that it's gonna be hard and knowing that you can do it is like a totally different realistic confidence than something false being like just like always like going up to something really hard with a big old grin on your face. Like that just doesn't line up, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That man, I don't know if I've ever thought about it like that. Honestly,
Yeah.
like a lot of things I'm like, oh, my mentality is off because I'm like, I'm already telling myself like this is going to be too hard, you know? Not maybe not like too hard,
Yeah.
but like not accepting the fact that like, hey, this is hard and that's normal.
Yeah. Like I think that part is what I've learned about myself too, is like that it is okay for it to be hard. Like it's supposed to be hard. This is supposed to be really I'm like and grieving like that's supposed to like I get winds of it all the time. And I'm like, okay, this is supposed to happen. And my mom would tell me that too through the whole time of those 3 months. I mean, she would be like, hey, this is gonna take years for you to grieve. Like, and it's okay. Like be accepting of it, let it come. And like kind of coaching me through it before she passed away. But I think, yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like, was it Joko? Yeah, how he's always saying if it's going to be hard. Kind of what he says. He's like, good. It's going to suck. Good.
Yeah.
He's always saying that.
Yeah.
You guys ever heard that?
Yeah. He has that
Yeah.
whole bit on it. It's like,
Yeah.
it's when he's talking about problems.
Exactly.
He's like, oh, there's a problem? Good.
yeah, good. It's always good. It's like, that's
Yeah.
going to really
Yeah.
suck. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
I heard
Good.
this thing the other day though was like your wounds is where the light enters. It's like your wounds is how you learn. It's like if everything just happened the right way, you would learn nothing. And so, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things like losing my father-in-law and my sister and everything I'm doing now. I would never be doing this had that not happened. You know, there's other things that have lined up too that I'm like, all right, I've learned so much about I think life and death and like awareness and what matters and what doesn't. Even though I still want other things, right?
Yeah.
I'm still human.
you're
I still want to
human.
do stuff, but
Yeah.
like I don't know. It's yeah. I can't. Even, I read it in a book, but it's like yeah, your wounds is how you learn, and like what hurts you helps you.
Yeah, I think you said something earlier about like we weren't prepared for your mom to pass, like, and I agree with like when my dad passed, it was the same type of thing. It was like a call one day, and it was like, "Dad's gone." It was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And it was off a heart attack, and it was like, "Wait, that can't happen. Like he wasn't supposed to die. He's too young. It didn't happen, right?" But now, like, it's kind of morbid in a way. I feel, or I don't know, but it's like I'm almost prepared now for my mom to die. Not prepared, like, I'm not like, "Okay, go ahead, see you
Yeah,
later," but
yeah.
it's like more mentally prepared that I know what to expect. Like, I've had
Mhm.
grandparents die, whatever, and it's like, yeah, but the closer they get to you, it's kind of like
The
it's
harder they
harder,
hit.
right?
Yeah.
But now it's kind of like, okay, now I understand. Like, now I see this coming, like, old age, life expectancy, everything lining up. It's like, okay, now it's not that it's okay, but it's like, all right, I understand what's happening.
So through experiences, you feel like you're more prepared.
Yeah, in a way. Now I don't know if I necessarily like who knows what that feeling is going to be the day that it comes, you know? Like it could be completely different. But then I've also thought about like what if one of my kids dies? And then that's a whole different story.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no freaking
Cannot
possible
prepare
way.
myself for that.
Like that yeah. Would never.
I think that's like even like Jennifer saying like, oh, people see you like you act different now.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I've been helping all these kids. And like yesterday I picked up Nico. I was going to help a family later in the day yesterday. And like picked up Nico in the morning and I'm like, at any time, like
Mhm.
all these families I'm helping, they had a moment like this
Mm.
that was just a normal. And now it's not. And I'm
Mhm.
like, dude, I like started crying in my bedroom. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, what is going on in this? It was like, man, but like, I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, yeah, there's two truths. We're going to live and we're going to die.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And as
Yeah.
I've like, oh, go ahead.
No.
I was going to ask you like, and maybe this is too personal, but when your mom passed, do you feel like she's really gone?
No.
I feel the
No.
exact same way
Yeah.
with my father-in-law.
Yeah. It's true. Like I feel like you know that you're gonna live, you know that you're gonna die, but there's so much we don't know.
Yeah.
Right? There's so much we don't know. And I feel like for me, I mean, everyone has their own beliefs, but I feel like there's got to be some sort of higher power, like, or I mean, like, as we've been talking, like, all these hard things have, grown and we've grown, become the people who we are today. But if your hard thing happened to me, it would not have hit the same, right? And if my hard thing happened to you, it would not have hit you the same way and shaped you the way that you are. So it makes me believe there's something higher or something so much out of our control that is orchestrating all of this that we just don't have any control of,
Yeah.
you know?
We
That
still
has
only
to be
know.
something bigger than us for me.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make it any
Doesn't make-
easier,
yeah.
but it's like one of those things. Yeah. As my father-in-law passed, right? Like it was so weird. I remember telling Jordan, I'm like, I obviously can't see him anymore. And he doesn't get to like be here with my kids, which sucks. But it's like,
Part's hard.
it's so weird because I like didn't ever feel like he was just gone. Like I felt like I would feel like this loss, which like you still do.
But it like comes and goes.
Yeah. But it's not like gone. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been the weirdest thing that I think something I didn't expect. But I've
That's
talked
true.
to like Tanner's mom, who I helped in one of the fundraisers, and she's like, I feel the same way.
Mhm.
And so is their dad. And it's like this weird, like, and I mean, we brought a medium on here. And I went and saw this medium. But she talks about that, like how thin the
Can you
veil truly
explain
is.
what a medium is?
So a medium is someone that speaks to dead people.
Okay.
I don't know what you call like people that have passed, you know?
Okay.
And she is like this bridge between the other side and us, and like receives messages from your ancestors to you, like things that she's practiced. And the cool thing she talked about was like we brought on this podcast. The cool thing she talked about was we all have this gift.
Mhm.
It's like this. I'm not a special person. It's like it's like working out. She's like, I've put so
Yeah.
much time into figuring this out that I'm able to do this, and you can too. She's like, and we all have one we're really good at. And so she talked about like spiritual journey and stuff. She's like, so she asked me, it's like, she gave us a list of like, what was it, 4 or 5 different things?
Yeah.
And she's like, these are the ones, and you're typically really good at one. She's like, so even in religion, people are like, oh, I heard a still small voice. Like some people hear things, some people feel it, some people see it, some people dream it. And it's like, those are all very real and they're all very spiritual. And I'm a big time feeler. So I was like, well, as I explained to her, like, okay, like I feel these things. I feel like I'm getting intuition, but their message is not from me.
Like as you're practicing more, you're recognizing it faster.
Yeah. And it's just like, she's like, She's like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not special. Everyone has this.
Is it, question for you, so do you feel it if you're doing something different? Or is it like, you're like, okay, if I'm doing this, usually I can kind of like register the feeling that I'm having, or is it just hit you randomly?
I think I've been trying to narrow this down actually. I think I've got to be aware of like a question or something I'm searching for.
Like pondering it, kind of like in your head, like thinking about it.
But I don't get the answer when I'm thinking about it. I have to be aware that I have this question and I have to go about my day.
Do you think you ever get it during like certain situations? Like for me, I feel like I get certain feelings when I listen to music.
Yeah. So like, music's a big one. And it's funny because like my sister came through when I saw the medium and she was obsessed with music. My sister was. And the medium says, hey, your sister wants me to tell you that if you keep hearing a song over and over, that is her talking to you and you need to go listen to the lyrics.
That's cool.
Dude, that's crazy. Sorry, keep going with your story.
No, that's really the music stuff like that. I mean, it's real. I feel like there's probably something in that.
Yeah, because I haven't lost a lot of people in my life, but I don't know what it is with music. Sometimes it'll be random songs every once in a while. If I just listen to the lyrics of songs, sometimes I'll start crying. I don't know what it is.
Dude,
I will literally be. I'll be driving. I'm serious. It happens. I'll be like driving the kids to daycare and a song will come on random, and I'll like listen to the song, like really listen to the words. I'm like, fuck, damn it. I'm like, Ozzy, like, what's wrong now? I'm like, nothing. It's fine. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's music. I don't know what that feeling is. I haven't lost a lot of people. I don't know what it means.
I mean, you still got ancestors, and that's like when I talk to the medium, she's like, I just want you to know there's a lot of people here. There's a lot of people here. And she calls them your ancestors. And not all of them are going to have like a specific message that's going to come through for you. But it's like, I mean, that's probably people that you don't know that know you.
I don't know what it is, but it hits me like a freight train. When it happens, I don't know what it is. I'll own it. Cry like a baby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What it is. Dude, I cry. I literally listen to, have you ever heard the song Bottom Land by Hardy?
No, but you'll make me.
Bury me in Bottom Land.
Oh, dude, I started bawling. I'm
really?
like, I am a bitch.
Really?
Song.
That's funny.
Oh, dude, it's so good. And it like, it just struck a chord with me immediately. I've been listening to it on repeat.
Have you heard the last time it happened to me is, have you heard the song Over the Rainbow? It was a Hawaiian.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like real old school guy. Huge
big
guy.
Big old boy.
Yeah. Ozzy loves that song. And so we were going to daycare yesterday and that song came on and he was like, Dad, I love this song.
Funny.
So yeah.
You can just get into touch with like something that's so much deeper than what we are experiencing.
I don't know what it is.
But yeah, just like, I don't know. I read that book, The Alchemist, and it talks about it's a fiction book, but like based on like real like metaphorical things in life. It talks about like connecting with the soul of the world and like how real that is. I feel like those moments are you connecting with a deeper sense of what we are. I don't know.
Mine just wants me to cry all the time.
Me too, dude, because
That's what it is.
I cry music all the time too.
Oh,
But it's like, I don't cry. Like, it's not like even like definitions of songs too, like, or of lyrics. Like, national anthem will come on, dude, and I'll like tear up and cry, like,
really?
Like, out of pride, or I don't know what it is, but yeah, dude, like
passion.
somebody's like singing it and belting that thing, and I'm just like, and my wife or his kids will look over and like, Dad, you okay? I'm like, I'm fine.
shut the hell up.
Really? Fine. I'm good.
Oh, that's funny. National anthems for me are like war because I just think of like my college football days.
Yeah.
And that was like anytime I listen to a national anthem, it's like I am ready to freaking fight somebody.
That is
I
funny.
just like I sway. I constantly sway, and I'm like, I know what's coming, and it's gonna hurt.
Football.
That's what I think of every time.
Dude, I cried during this is funny. I'm not a crier either, but I sound like a baby on here. But I watched an air show and they flew all over the World War II jet, or not jets, planes.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's like new. I read that book Unbroken. There's a movie about it and it's super good.
Unbroken's good.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
And the book is
That's
so
intense.
freaking good. And I read that book earlier that year. And then when I saw those planes flying over, I'm like, man, I know exactly what those people were in those planes feeling. And I was like, dude, yeah, it made me cry. I'm over here in my lawn chair. It's just middle. It's like 12 o'clock. I'm in the park. My kids are pumped and I'm bawling.
You got your sunglasses on.
Yeah, dude,
Yep.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
All right, Kels. So you're hearing ours. What's something that makes you get emotional?
Oh,
How many times a week do you cry?
how many times a week do I cry? Depends on the month or the time of the month.
Oh,
Yeah, you
I'm
can't
way
count-
more emotional one time of the month.
You can't count
Shark Week.
You can't count that.
I cry over everything. Doesn't even matter. Pissed, I cry. Sad, I cry. Yeah. Gosh, I don't know. I mean, songs make me cry, but I feel like honestly, like little nudge. Like I get like kind of feelings, but more like nudges, like visions, but like kind of like see stuff, and that like kind of makes me get emotional. I don't know if it's like from my mom or like before she passed, like she talked about how she thinks that she's going to be able to talk, but not through like not words, and I feel like she'll like talk to me in a weird way, and that gets me emotional.
I don't know if that's weird. That is
Yeah.
literally what the medium talks about.
Yeah, like she'll like kind of talk to me, but I can't tell someone else what she said, but I can feel what she said to me.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that gets me emotional. I feel her with, with my kids, of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's interesting, like about talking to you. And I don't know, like this doesn't maybe completely different, right? But we were up in Driggs the other day. So I grew up in Driggs when I was a kid till like 6th grade, I think.
Sweet spot to grow up.
I know, right? I wish we would have. Well, now I'm glad we're out of there, but
Yeah.
like I loved it.
It's cool there.
So we would go out to Bates Bridge on Sundays sometimes, and we'd go like skip rocks and just dink around. And my dad would always like, we'd have competitions. I posted about this on Instagram the other day. But I'm sitting there in Driggs and like we're waiting on concrete, and I just got like this feeling. I'm like, just go to Bates Bridge. It's like 3 miles out of town to the west on the Teton River, and I was just like, go to Bates Bridge. I was like, okay, like I guess why not? And so like I just went out there and just like left my phone in the truck, or left my phone like on the riverbank, and just like sat down on a rock and just hung out. Like I didn't get any like inspiration or impressions or any like, I don't know, like ghosts coming to talk to me or whatever. But it was just like, I think once you follow those inspirations, like you're talking about, like you see or you communicate, that like it becomes easier. But so often we're like, you get those inspirations or feeling that's like, go to Bates Bridge or go do this or go whatever. And you're like, man, I'm going to go do this instead.
Yeah.
It's like, then you just kind of get out of touch.
Yeah.
And like, I think once you start realizing that, like you're saying, that you're communicating with your mom in a way, it becomes easier.
Yeah. And I wondered too if it's like more than my mom, like ancestors. I feel like growing up, my dad would give us blessings before going into each school year. And one time he gave me a blessing, and he got and I can't remember any other blessing that he's given me, but this one I remember. And he got emotional saying that there's this whole group of ancestors pushing you on your life's journey, like supporting you and guiding you and like helping enhance the natural gifts that you have. And I think like from that, like, yes, I do think that I knew my mom, so I had like such a deep connection with her that I can now feel it more, because I can connect with my mom. But I do also wonder if it's like more, like way more than I think.
I bet it is.
It's got to be.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It'd be after I saw the medium, I'm like, I want everybody to see the medium.
I want to go.
Dude, it was cool.
I'm into that. So
Carrie, come
that's
on.
cool.
Dude,
We can have what did she call it?
a group, something.
Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah.
I'm in.
But what's that?
I said I'm in.
We'll have Carrie do a group. We'll just go to
Yeah.
somewhere where we can have like 15 of us and we'll party.
Yeah. But it was, that was like, it was weird because I was
Yeah.
scared. I remember feeling scared.
Scared of what?
I was like, is this real? Like I wanted it
Yeah.
to be so real that I didn't want to be tricked. And
Oh,
that's what I was
see.
scared of.
Mm.
You know, it was like one, being tricked, and then two, being raised so religiously that like believing in like God and the devil, and like how they say like, oh,
Like this kind of fear.
of like, oh, they could be telling, like, if there is a demon or a devil giving me half truths is what I literally was. My scary thoughts was I didn't want someone to be pretending to be giving me information based on half truths, and so like, but when I went there, first of all, everything, it was probably one of the most spiritual experiences I've ever had. It was all good. Like there was nothing bad. And like, maybe she made it all completely up, but I've never felt better about myself, whatever you said. And it was just, and there was things that she told me that I'm like, yeah, you didn't make that up.
Yeah.
There's no way you knew that. And there's no way you just randomly pulled that out of your butt. So I'm like, yeah, well, like literal experience, like the one I've been telling everybody is after Tanner passed, I will occasionally pray, but I don't just like pray to God.
Mhm.
I pray to like, I'll call out everybody I know that's died that was close to me. So I would call out Lyle, Charlene, and Tanner, and then like a creator or any ancestor, like, and I would say like, or anyone else that's listening to me.
Mhm.
And I didn't tell anybody this. When I went to the medium, Lyle, Tanner, and Charlene all came through, talked to me. And one of their main messages they told me was like, hey, they want me to tell you that they hear you talking to them, but they want you to start saying it out loud.
Oh, that's cool.
And I hadn't told anybody that I do this. I would, so when I'd call it praying or whatever, I would just do it in my brain. Like I would just say it in my brain. And yeah, I was like, oh, wow. They're like, because they can hear it. It's a frequency thing. If they hear it out loud, it is easier for them to connect to you. And I was like, oh, crazy. But it was like, it blew my mind because like, I didn't, how did she know that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know.
How do you just start talking to them? I mean, I guess maybe I would feel funny if at night, if I just start saying my prayer out loud, like Taylor would be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So what do you do? Like in the shower or what? When do you talk
I used to
them?
shower. Like I've done it in the shower,
Yeah.
but the one like I've really only done it once because I feel so weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I would love to do that. Like I feel like that would be very good because I don't initially talk a lot, but it's so like I've had lots of counseling or whatever, and it's like talking is like so therapeutic. And so I'm like, oh, I could see like actually talking my prayer because I pray to my mom as well. Like I pray to my ancestors.
Dude, yeah, it's
But
cool.
I just say it in my head all the time. But this is interesting that you're saying that.
Yeah.
Just like while you're driving in the truck.
So yeah, that's what I should do is like while I'm driving, I always am thinking in the truck or listening to music, whatever, podcast, but like I do it in my basement. I have this one little nook in my corner that's black blankets, and I literally just laid flat on my back
And you just talk.
and just straight up just talking to the air.
Yeah.
And it was actually real. Like at first I'm like,
nice.
I sound like an actual idiot.
Like I feel like people think I'm crazy.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I literally, I'm like, no, this is what crazy people do. And like
Devin's manic.
dude, for real. Like I'm like Jordan has a deep fear of that for me. Like so
I could just see Jordan going down the stairs and then turn and go right back up the stairs.
yeah. And this is getting weird.
We got to.
Why is there a dead goat down here? But yeah, it was like I just talked to him.
Yeah.
And I would tell him like, hey, thank you. Like I like to start everything off with like gratitude, and then because I don't want to feel like I'm complaining, but I want to make sure that like, hey, this is what I am feeling and experiencing, and I want to be able to work through this and get through these things so I can build and grow and be like, everything from like what I'm trying to grow with the nonprofit, and then who I'm trying to be as a person and a dad, like all that stuff, and like just needing
that's a lot. That's heavy. That's a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, maybe that's why I've changed just a little bit of my demeanor. Is like I don't know. I'm on this journey of trying to be the best person I can be. And sometimes it's just not just like, haha, like
I don't.
it's hard. Yeah. And so I don't know. Yeah. I felt like a flaming idiot, but it felt good. And I remember thinking like when I started about a minute in, it just started coming out. And I did another thing. Like there's this book, Think and Grow Rich, that talks about like writing out like this goal or some sort of chief aim that you have, like with what you're doing with your life, writing it out and speaking it out loud every day. And I've been doing that too for the past week. Nothing's happened from it, but like, it's like kind of funny. It's like, but it makes it easier. I think that is now making it in my mind easier to just talk to myself.
By writing it first.
Yeah. Just write it and then I just read it. And it's like a goal.
You read what you write.
Yeah. And it's like, and I've got a journal too. I like to journal, and like, I should experiment more with journaling, like writing down problems. And like, I've heard a lot of stuff. I don't know. Have you experienced that? Like some people say like, hey, write down all your problems that you're facing and then leave. And you're not searching for answers. Just write them down and then go about your day. And
what's the theory behind?
Like your answers will come to you.
Oh,
and that actually like, I didn't do that in a journal, but I did that just on a notebook of things that I wanted to get done that I knew were a struggle, but I like wasn't sure. And dude, I'm not kidding you. Like things would happen like, hey, I got to figure this out. And then I would just get like this happened last week. Remember I needed to do something, but it involved somebody else. I can't remember what it was, but like, then that person called me and I was like, that's sweet. Like I didn't have to figure out the time to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like that. I was like, sweet. Like,
it makes you think that maybe so many of us are living under what we could be, you know,
Yeah.
like maybe
Yeah.
it's maybe like we're meant to be kind of like this, but we just kind of like live under our potential.
I think so.
Yeah. Cause
Yeah.
like if it really like you could write down and like create and do so much, like
Yeah.
maybe we're just living under what our potential is.
I think a lot of us are.
Yeah.
And I think like even I tell Jordan that all the time. I'm like, honey, and I don't call her honey ever. I'm like, what's up, beautiful?
You don't say
I'm
that.
just
What's
like,
up, sexy bitch?
you need to like, dude, I'm like, you need to, I think everybody just has so much potential inside of them to be something greater than who they think they could be.
I'm
It's
thinking while
scary
you guys
thought,
are
though.
It is.
while you guys are talking, it made me think, like, I've told you guys before about like the small prayers I'll do with the kids before bed and stuff.
Mhm.
The other one is I was reading this study and it basically said like words of affirmation, the more that you talk to your kids the way that they should talk about themselves. So like one of the things, like, remember the one I told you guys a long time ago about doing that, have your kids write out what they think about you? Remember that one a long time ago?
Yeah.
This one was also like when you talk to your kids, and this made me think like you're thinking it out loud, right? You're writing it down and then you're talking out loud to it. But the other thing I do with the kids sometimes is like, we make it fun. Like I'm usually tickling them or wrestling Ozzy or Blakely the whole time, but it's like, you say after me. And so like we've done before, I'm like, I am brave. And you have to say what I say. And they're like, I am brave. And then they'll be like, I am brave. And they'll say it back. You just go down this list of like 5 things. And if you continuously say those things to your kids, it's been shown that it will boost their confidence and their self-worth by like over half. Like it just explodes with them knowing that if they're hearing it and they're saying it out loud, that they're also believing it themselves. So I wonder if that's kind of like what you're doing with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've actually read a
Doing it
book
to
about that
yourself.
too that says a lot of times when this was a business book, but it talked about like your employees, but it could fit into family too. And he broke it down, but he said like if someone comes to you, that's typically a liar, right? So it's like he said like people would like say they were going to do some work and then they would never do it. And then they get called out in this thing. But he's like, if you could tell them like, oh no, I believe that he'll do his work and this is why, they want to live to that expectation. And he's like, it almost always cured the problem. He's like, if you could speak to those people like how you wanted them, like where you wanted them to be. So it's the same thing like, hey, you're brave, you're strong, you're kind, you're smart, you're loving. They are like, oh, I am that.
Exactly.
I am that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, I am going to get my work done.
Yeah.
Because that person said so and I can. I don't know.
I've noticed
Yeah.
that too, like wrestling. I've noticed every once in a while now Ozzy will like do something and I always jack him up with praise like on the way home. Like, dude, you did so good. That was so awesome. And he's like, yeah, Dad, I'm strong. And I was like, hell yeah, you're strong, dude. Like now I can hear him. I now see him saying it back to me because I feel like I'm like, maybe that did do something where I've told him so many times, like, dude, you're strong. And he's like, yeah, I am strong. You know, I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Have you ever read your journals back from high school?
I don't know. I should. I gotta see if I have them. Actually, gotta look through my box and see. Just go through them.
I'm
Yeah.
curious because I read back, or I didn't even read back, but I know what I wrote like probably a year and a half or 2 years ago. And it wasn't even a journal. It was more of like I don't know where I read this or heard it, but it said like if you write down like not affirmations, but like things that you want to happen,
Mm-hmm.
like, and then basically like your mind switches, right? And so big thing for me was like, I was like, I want out of my concrete business. Like I've got to sell this thing or it's just going to shut down. Like I've got to be out of it. And then like today we close on a concrete business to sell it. And it's like, but you think about those things, like if you look back, like Devin was talking about this in I think a year and a half ago or something like that.
It was
me. Yeah. In May, he wrote down like all these things and then he read back.
Oh, yeah, that was last October. Oh, yeah, so it was a year ago.
Yeah.
October.
Yep. And so if you look back at your journals of like things that you're like, I want to do this, then like, or this is what I'm thinking, this is what I want to do. And then like a year, 6 months, who knows what it is, but it's like
10 years.
typically your brain is still working on it. It's activated and you're working on it and going after it.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to look at your high school.
Yeah, I wonder like,
That'd be
what you
fun.
put in there.
Maybe it's like, oh, I'm going to date somebody else. Sorry, Taylor.
In high school, it probably was I want to marry Taylor. Actually.
Oh, see, look what you got.
You got
Yeah,
it.
I started wanting that at 16. So I was young when I started wanting to marry Taylor.
Really?
That's cool.
Yeah. But going back to that, my mom used to write me notes all the time on my bed of like all the things, like all the good things that she thought I was. And I still have a ton of the notes, but that was her big way. I mean, She wasn't much of a verbal person, but she wrote a ton, and she would always, I mean, at least once a week, I would have a note on my bed of all the cool things she thought I was. So I think it does hold weight for parents to do that to their kids.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and I was like, "That's so nice of her."
You're a
But
good
just like
dad,
all the
Devin.
things that she would notice throughout the week, like good things that I did.
Yeah. That is cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah. And it was
Should.
just simple. I mean, sometimes they were small.
Yeah.
It's like, "You looked really pretty today. I love you." And sometimes there's like a shirt there or something, you know. But
Oh yeah.
it's like, "Oh, I love it."
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Maybe you do this with your boys, but I
Yeah.
do. Do you ever do this with Saley, where you just like kind of tease her when she's like looks really pretty? Blakely clams up.
Really?
She gets so smiley, like embarrassed, like she'll do her hair or something, or she'll like wear something cute that she picks out, and I'm like, Blakely, you're so pretty, and she's like, no, and I'm like, yeah, you are. She loves that stuff. She eats it up.
Yeah, I
Silly.
don't have that with girls.
Shay
yeah.
Saley does.
I think maybe she likes, I don't know, like even today I dropped them off at school, whatever, and I got out of the Jeep and I was like, I love you, Saley.
Dude.
And she's like, and I'll be like, I love you, Saley. And she won't even look at me. She just goes.
That is hilarious. When she was over at her house last weekend, quick story. I make her say it to me.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, all right, I love you guys. And everybody's like, love you. And I'm like, Saley, say it. And she's like, no. I'm like, say it or I'm going to say it or I'm going to tickle you. And she's like, no. And then she cracks. And I'm like, all right, here I come. So I'll like go over and like attack her. And she's like, okay, I love you.
Yeah, you have, it's forced.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. She doesn't like to crack.
It's funny though. Nico will be on the bed. He'll just be sitting there like, Dad, I freaking love you.
That's awesome.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah, that's how my boys are all very loving and sweet. Can't raise any. I'm not raising any girls, but I hear it's a different beast than my boys are all so tender and loving.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's hormones.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Like,
I don't know.
Are your
what's
girls
your
pretty loving?
experience?
Pretty loving or pretty chill? Blakely's pretty tough sometimes. Ozzy's
Reese is
the
pretty
lover.
loving. Reese is pretty loving, but Breland, my gosh, she is like, to get a hug out of that kid is like pulling teeth. Like she's loving, like she wants to snuggle, but like when you're like, Breland, I love you, come give me a hug. She's like, she'll walk over to you and she'll like tuck her hands like by her butt, and she's like,
Half hug.
I'm not, yeah, like I don't want to give you a hug.
Quick
Like,
hip.
I'm gonna try to hug her. I'm
Quick
gonna try
hip
to hug
hug.
her
yeah,
now.
you should.
Yeah.
But
I guess you kind of, since you notice that, like when I like come in your house, I can tell that Reese is like very welcoming, like hello, and
Yeah.
then the other one's like, "What's up, dude?" Like, all right. Hey man, you can see it for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, it's awesome.
yeah, Stockton's pretty just whatever. He'll
Yeah.
give you hugs, so whatever.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's in touch with the spirit in one way or another. It's wild.
That's cool.
Go back to that. He'll go into this room. My parents would come over and they visit, and I think it's right above us actually. And that was like their room before my dad died. And like he goes in there and he'll shut the door and just like chill. And one day I walk in, I was like, "What are you doing, dude?" He's like, "Talking to Grandpa." I was like, "Right on. All right, dude. See it." And I shut the door and walked away. Like,
I'm out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Someone walked into the door and I was that young, I'd be like,
I was just talking to this Playboy.
So it's like yesterday.
now that took a turn, sweet.
Yeah.
I want to like, okay, back to like the spiritual side, right? Like, okay, so spiritually, I mean, we've talked about like these messages, talking to our ancestors, all this stuff. Like, what do you think about, I mean, we were raised in the same religion, right?
Mhm.
What do you think about like, what are your ideas and thoughts on God and religion and all that stuff?
I feel like I am very spiritual, but I don't know about religious. I grew up in the same church, but I'm not for it nor against it right now, if that makes sense. Like
Mhm.
I'm not like, I just think it's a part of who it's made me. I'm not like angry about it, but I'm not like fully practicing it because I feel like it feels like a lot of it was culture for me, and but I am happy for my culture and like where it's gotten me in life. But I also see like as I started Kelsey's and I kind of traveled outside of Idaho Falls too, I was like, oh wow, there's a lot of things in Idaho Falls that are not in the rest of the world, and these people are so great,
Yeah.
you know. And so I'm like, there just seems like there's much more. It feels like you kind of like get steps of it. And I feel like what I learned was a really good step, but I feel like there's just so many steps outside of that sometimes I felt like kind of locked you down. If I could, I don't know if I can describe exactly what it is, but it's just like my mind was kind of opened a little bit. But there's just much more out there than not that I was taught, because I don't have any hard feelings. Like I'm not for it nor against it, but
Yeah.
I just can feel like there's more for me personally. But then again, I feel like there's so many paths for everybody. It's like a math equation, right? Like there's one answer, but you could solve a math equation so many different ways. And I think everyone has their own personal journey of getting to the answer. So for everyone has a different path. And I just felt like for me, I was like, oh, I actually think that my mind needs to open to more ways of living.
Yeah. I
I,
like
I
that
was
answer.
taught like a lot of just in the culture very like white and black. And I don't think that the world is like that for me personally.
Yeah.
I can relate to that not being
Yeah.
from here. So I wasn't raised LDS,
Yeah.
but there was an LDS church in our small town of 800 people, literally tiny. But I was on the opposite end where I grew up, where I knew that, they had their church. I grew up like Catholic Christian. And then getting down here, it was the opposite. I was like thrown into being like, hey, this is how it is down here.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I didn't
Wow.
realize that it was like I'm in or I'm out. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so it was different for me to see that, like, from me coming from a different, I guess, quote unquote, religion or belief, there's so many good people that are within their own beliefs, but it's I guess it's like if you're tailored to believing that way, you really don't know different. So for me coming from somewhere else to coming down here, it was like really eye opening. That was like, these people, like, if you don't believe this, you're not okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's different.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my eyes were open to that after my mom passed, but I kind of lived in that shell for a while. But it is interesting to kind of open and look at other things differently.
And then I experienced the same thing, where it's like, I like to explain it like a filter. Like I looked through this filter of religion for so long that when I removed it, I was like, I don't have to think through that filter anymore either. And like, I'm just way more open to other ideas,
Yeah.
not even looking for like, this is right or this is wrong.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different way of thinking.
It
huh?
is.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
like
I'm
so
just
different.
open to the information.
Yeah.
And it's like the only people I want to like argue, and not even argue with, but it's like the ones that I want to like, I wish you could feel what I feel, is the ones that are like so locked in.
Mm.
Yeah.
That I'm like, dude, there is this world out here that is like relieving.
Mhm.
And not in relieving in a way like I want to live my life differently, but relieving in a way of like, I think it's a lot easier than we've made it.
Quick break. If you're feeling this conversation, hit the follow and keep riding with us. The Real Rebuild is built on real stories, real people, and your support pushes it further. Share with your friends, your family. All right, back to it. I grew up in the LDS church, and then when I was like 17, like I was a hellion. And then once we had our second kid, maybe it was just right after Reese was born. I was like, I don't know, I was just like drinking and doing whatever, and I was just like, something doesn't feel right. Something feels off. And like we went back, and it's like it's felt right, But again, like I learned things like and witnessed things outside of it when I was young and like in my young adulthood, which I think shaped things. So like I have a complete opposite journey of like what Devin talks about, where he had like this staunch, like, this is the way it is. It's either it's white or black, it's this way or no way, and you're going to hell if it's not this way. But where it was with me, it was like I went and experienced stuff and then like went a little crazy and then came back. Like never did hard drugs because I probably wouldn't have come back. But it's
Yeah, so I feel like there's not one right answer.
Right.
I mean, just like when beginning of the podcast, I was talking about listening to how I built this and listening and observing how many businesses are built and how they're built so different. It's like each individual. Like, who's to say that's not exactly what you need in your life,
Right.
So it's like just kind of takes out just a totally different filter of just everyone's on their path and they are exactly where they need to be.
Yeah, I think it comes all at a different time of your life too.
Yeah.
And maybe it's at a time of your life where you feel like you need something else, but
Mhm.
you actually get a complete opposite thing that you need.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, I need $100,000 right now. And it's like, no, you actually going to go broke
Yeah.
because maybe
You're gonna go in
ultimately
debt
that's
over
what
it.
you need.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
I do think that too. I like your
Don't always get what you want,
analogy.
but you get what you need.
Yeah, like I like the analogy of your math equation, because I remember explaining this to my dad when I was like, "Hey, Dad, like when I talked to him for the first time about this, and it was one of the best conversations I think I've ever had with my dad. But I was like, I see it like climbing a mountain, and like everyone's trying to get to the peak, but there's millions of different ways to get there. I could go straight up, just look straight up and get there. Or I could do the zigzag like what game does. Or I could go around the base and twirly whirly that thing up there. There's going to be harder ways, there's going to be easier ways. But everyone's going to go a way that teaches them something, and I don't think the purpose was to like make it just in one straight shot. It's like we're going to have our path and we're all going to get to this peak at some point. And there's lots of ideas around this too, like Hinduism and stuff, where it's like, hey, you have different levels of spirituality that you tap into. But ultimately, we're all trying to do the same thing. And I don't think there's one right way. Is there a wrong way? Maybe if you get to the top and then jump off. I don't know. I do wonder that, like, how one of those things I think I asked is like that nobody knows, like the question, like, what's the purpose of life?
I feel like you kind of mentioned about this earlier, though, about how all your answers are inside of you.
Yeah.
And I think that like something inside of you knows. And like connecting with who you are is like, for me, like one of the ultimate goals, right?
Yeah.
Because if you can do that, and if something inside of me knows and connecting to that will kind of guide me, then who knows what someone else needs to do, because it's hard enough to connect with yourself. So I have no idea what someone else is supposed to do, Like,
Yeah.
who
All right.
knows? I don't
So
know.
get this.
That's so hard.
We had Capri on here like long time ago, and she is also a medium, but oh man, she's got a specialty, right? She does breath work and she does, what did I just go do? Hypnotherapy, right? So I went and did breath work with her like a month after she was on the show, and Devin did the fundraiser for her. Anyways, and that's how we got a hold of her and come on the show. And then 2 weeks ago, I think it was, I was like, well, like a month ago, I was like, hey, I want to come see you. Like, I want to come do hypnotherapy and like because I'm trying to figure out like what's next after my concrete cell. So she's like, well, we can either do more breath work, or I would recommend you do hypnotherapy because you've already done some breath work. Like, let's see what we can get out at that point. I was like, okay, sounds good. Let's try it. And so I went in and like, kind of like Devin a little bit, still skeptical. Like, I'm always so skeptical of those things. It's like, how do I know what's right? Like, it's not like A and B equals C type of thing or whatever. 1+1=2. Like, it's a hard rule. It's like, yeah, here you go. This is what we're going to go with. Right. And so I go in there and we do like the whole thing. And ultimately it comes that I'm in Hawaii in my like vision type thing, whatever. I'm in Hawaii at what's called Hamoa Beach. It's at the road to Hana. It's right at the end. And it's like become one of my favorite beaches. I've only been there one time, but like the memories of that place is so cool. And so like I'm there swimming and she's like, what do you see? And I'm like, it's just gray. Like, it's like lifeless. This is really weird. And I was like, there's nobody on the beach. And there's like, it's kind of a local beach. So like people, like the Hawaiians would be there with their families and stuff. And I'm like, there's nobody here. The palm trees are just like blah. There's nothing. Like, there's no wind swaying. There's no color to the water. The rocks are gray. There's no like green rocks or anything. I'm like, this is so weird. And so she's like, okay. And then I see a guy, like a black, not a black guy, but a guy in black, right? He's a full like silhouette. And so ultimately she's like, go talk to him, swim with him, whatever. And I get out and I see like out in the distance, it's this big, like the waves are like 200 yards out. And I'm like, why are there waves 200 yards out there? Like, there's no waves in here. This is like a great surfing beach. And so he like keeps like pointing out in the distance of like, he doesn't ever say anything, but he's like out there, kind of like that kind of a thing. Like, that's where life is. Right. And I was like, So she's like, hey, follow him. If he wants to take you somewhere, follow him. So he starts swimming out to that wave area. And she's like, are you seeing anything else? And I was like, yeah, there's actually a beach with palm trees that are like, it's very vivid out there. Like, it's cool looking. It's like awesome. And so I get out there and she's like, can you go onto the beach? Can you go out into the waves? And I was like, no, there's a wall, but not like a brick wall or something. Like, there's just like wall, like plexiglass or whatever, a barrier. Yeah. But I can't see through it. And she's like, okay, like we go through this whole thing. Right. And ultimately it turns out that that's me in the wetsuit, like on that I'm following. She's like, you've been following yourself. Like, that is you. And like, and then like, I'm telling myself, like, I'm pulling on this wetsuit I'm like, that I have to get this wetsuit off. Like that it's protecting me, but it's also holding me back. Like, and so there's a lot of symbolism, a lot of like different things in it. And I'm like, and then she says, she's like, all these answers are like within you. You have to break the barriers to get through, to be able to go to the other side of that barrier, to be in the lively water. And like, ultimately my family was on the beach having fun. Like I couldn't join them. Like there were some wild things with it. And I was like, but now like I do see like the symbolism of it and the things that come with it. And I'm like, that's pretty interesting. Like it's pretty cool.
So does she sell this mushroom stuff you took?
Under the table.
Where do
I
we,
can hook you
where do we
up.
get this?
Yeah, right?
That's crazy though, man. That's
Yeah.
nuts.
And then I talked to ChatGPT about this.
You did?
So like all my stuff now is about taking the wetsuit off. Like removing the wetsuit and removing
ChatGPT will remember too.
Oh, yeah.
He'll bring it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you use the, I think you're the one that told us about the voice.
Oh yeah, I talk to it all the time.
Yeah.
I talked to it today.
Now that you told me about that, I do it all the time. I think I
My
like
kids-
it more.
Your kids do it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
The voice one. Yeah.
Yeah, I
they
like
do
that one
It's
more
like a
than
FaceTime
the-
call, kind of.
Yeah, I
You
like
could
that
do
one.
like a FaceTime, like show them things, or just like a voice memo back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like that one more. It's like I'm talking to somebody.
Yeah, like a phone call.
I do. I like it too because it's some of the stuff I've been doing. I'm sitting there typing. Like, I'm going to hit this. I'm going to speak this all into here. And I can just speak out loud. Maybe I'm praying to ChatGPT.
Don't you call yours Jesus
I
anyways?
called it Chat Jesus for a while. But it's so nice because, like, even Kelsey is like, when I got your intro, it was like, I don't want to type this out. So I was just driving and talking into it. Like, this is everything I know about Kelsey. Help me just make sense of this so I don't sound like a blabbing idiot, you know? And so, like, okay, sweet. Let's structure it. That's cool.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I don't know. That's one of those things. Chat is. I've thought about journaling through chat, speaking my journal rather than writing it, and wondering if it made a
That'd be
difference.
interesting.
I've asked him if I could do it.
Yeah.
And he says, yeah. Like it's something that you could use me as like a full journal.
Oh.
You've asked like your ChatGPT if it would do it.
Yeah, if you'll
Could
be
you
my
start like a
journal and,
new folder of it or something,
yeah.
so then you can enter into the.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's sweet.
But going back to your thing, that's interesting, right?
Yeah, it made me think about it when you're like, I want to kind of try this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
and then you were talking about that. Like, that's what made me think of it.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe you should go try that. I think.
Yeah,
would,
I think that you really do know. Me and my sister-in-law joke about getting a tattoo, just saying like, and it kind of, if someone didn't know, they would think that that's a rude comment, like just say but really it means like inside what needs to happen.
That's cool.
And so many times you just kind of dismiss your feelings inside,
Right.
But I think
That's that like going inside. Yeah, going. It's funny because you say that, and it's things like that resonate with me. The conversation I had with my friend a couple nights ago, just asking that same thing, like, what is the purpose of life? And I'd like my only real answer that I feel like I have come up with is like, do you remember who you were before the world told you who to be? And I feel like that's what I'm trying to discover is someone that's not tainted by man. That's like, there's a piece of all of us that is just who we are and isn't swayed by what we've been told.
You've been saying that for a long time though. Like, remember who you were when you were a kid.
Yeah. I've been stuck on this thought all year.
Now that you've said that though, like since the known group, I've thought about that a lot because I watched Stockton.
Yeah.
And Stockton does not care who he's around, what he says, anything. Like, so Stockton's got a little case of the tism, and he just doesn't give a damn.
Yeah.
Like he
How
is
awesome though. I want
right.
that a little, yeah.
Like he last year, we were in Pocatello for a soccer game, and he just doesn't care. Like he got out onto the track, like in front of, I don't know, 70, 80 people, and just is like dancing. He just doesn't care.
That's cool.
And it's like, but every time I see that, and like, I also think that like, I look at it and I'm like, Stockton, dude, like chill out, bro. But then I'm like, why am I telling him this? Like I am molding him into society's way of living, not into Stockton's way of living. Like, why would I do that? Because I think that that's how like we have become molded into society's way of thinking and living and doing things instead of actually living the way we should be living or the way we want to be living.
It is. Yeah. All these thoughts and like all this like introspective stuff. I love it. Like you should get that tattoo. I'll get it with you on my neck.
That's the one I want to get, right there.
Yeah. That's cool though. I like that. That'd be cool. I don't know.
If people didn't know though, it would sound rude.
Not if there's a group of us.
I think,
nobody's going to say
not if we're all
nothing.
matching.
We're all going together.
Yeah.
It's been a bit since me and Devin tattooed each other. It's about time.
Yeah,
I need one.
that'd be cool. No, I like that. I like the symbolic meanings
You
of
can
some
take it
stuff.
from me.
Here we go.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
you
I got
gotta get
memento
into it.
mori down my
Yeah,
spine, and it was like from my father-in-law, right? Was like, that was one of those sayings that like really resonated with me. It's just like, it stands for remember you die, but it's like supposed to be like not in a bad way, but like, hey, remember you die, so make sure to live, right? It's like, make sure you're living your life, which I still struggle with, which is so weird to me because I'm like, I've never had more freedom in my life, but with my freedom, I'm afraid to be lazy. I'm stuck in this. This is all new to me, like what I'm doing. And so I'm like, if I'm not doing something, I'm being lazy. And so I'm constantly trying to fill my time with doing something to help my foundation grow, and like knowing that there's other people that need help. And like, if I'm not helping people, I'm letting them down. It's weird, dude. I've like played I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a psychological warfare for me.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I'm different too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm addicted to meth. No, it's like, I don't know. I have no idea because I am stuck. Like, I'm definitely more introspective, but maybe it's not for the best. I don't know.
And you feel like the thing that is making you stuck is the fear of letting someone down?
I ultimately think what has me stuck is me. That's, I don't know.
Like wondering if you really can do it.
Wondering
What do you mean?
if yeah, like there's a lot of things I think that contributed to it, but I think it's me. And I had this, I actually wrote this today in my journal, and I keep having this thought, like this one word coming to my mind, and it sounds religious or corny or whatever, but it's surrender. Like, get out of your own way. Like, surrender your wants, your wills, your everything, and just let it be. And back to the control piece of like, control what you can control, which is you. You know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and what you can. And I'm probably doing too much. And that's probably the problem, is how I feel. It's like I'm too involved with trying to control the outcome of what will inevitably be if I just keep going. So I need to surrender and just keep going. I don't know.
Maybe that's why you like today's task so much.
Yeah, of putting up the fence. It was nice.
Yeah.
And I think I need to tap into that more of
Yeah.
like releasing control. I don't know, because I'll blame myself for stuff.
That's hard though when you are the boss and you're in charge.
Yeah.
Like no one's telling you what to do.
Yeah.
So it really like that's a nice thought, right?
Mhm.
But that can't be like that every day.
No.
It's just not real. Like you can't do that and be in charge of something.
Yeah.
So when you figure that out, let me know.
It's weird. I think it's like me always like thinking that I'm in control of the outcome. In a sense, you are.
Yeah,
But-
it's like a fine balance, right? 'Cause,
Yeah.
like you kind of are, but then there's so much out of your control.
Yeah. There's things that like, there's going to be randomly a billionaire that stumbles upon Kelsey's awesome bars and like, hey, I want to see this blow up, and I want to buy shares of your company.
There's a billionaire listening. Please contact me.
Yeah.
All of them listen to this show.
Stu,
Yeah.
Stu Draper, I'm calling you out.
Yeah. But I mean, it's so funny because I feel like that too. It's like a lot of the stuff we've talked about is like, do you know who Alex Hormozy is? He's a business guru
Does he go to
guy.
the gym? Because if they go to the gym, I probably know him. But
No.
He would, but
he is jacked.
he's not a CrossFitter, but yeah.
But he talks about doing things, it's like right place, right time, right thing. And it's like, you have to do that long enough that all three of those align. He's like, and it's just time, and you have to be patient. And I remember like watching a video this weekend of like, he has a full group of people, and he's like, a lot of time people don't give themselves enough time to let things come to fruition.
Mm.
And I think that's even me. He's like, all right, how many in this crowd have seen my content in the last 90 days, and that's why you're here? And none of them raise their hand. It's like, okay, how many of you seen it in the last 6 months? 2 of them raise their hand. He's like, okay, how many of you started following me 2 years ago or beyond? And like the 90% of the thing, he's like, you have to give yourself the time for your message to land and for it to be the right time for them. And then that's when it's like the overnight success that everybody talks about. Like,
it doesn't exist.
yeah, that doesn't exist because you put all these hours and all this time and all this effort into waiting for this one period, this one season of everything aligning. And then it's like, okay, I could do this now. Like, I don't know. So that's where I'm at even now, is like, okay, making sure I can do all these things and blah, blah. And like, I don't know, but I think I'm too involved with trying to control it, knowing that there's some things I just have no control over.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Like this last fundraiser, we were only able to raise like $4,000 for the family, which in my mind blew me away because I was like, holy crap. I thought I mean, the one was 60,000, the other one was like 80 something thousand, the other one, this last one was like 55,000, and then 4,000.
Mhm.
I was like, whoa, that's a big difference.
Mhm.
And in my mind, I'm like, what did I do wrong? Blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. I think it's teaching me this lesson of like, gotta let it go, buddy.
But I think you could also flip that switch and you could say the family that you raised that for, they were in the right place at the right time, ready to receive the right blessings or the right whatever, right? So $4,000 might have been that right place, right time, right thing.
Yeah.
Like, so you have to kind of almost give yourself a little bit of grace and say, like, yeah, that's what we did. That's what was supposed to meant, or that was what was meant to happen.
Yeah.
Wasn't it $4,000 plus a whole backyard spa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they got the
So,
spa,
I mean,
which is
Cool.
sick.
that's
Cool.
Yeah.
that's a lot more than $4,000.
Yeah. I guess in my mind, it's like knowing how much these families like take a hit financially
Mm.
is crazy because like your food, your gas, your traveling, your hotels, like all this stuff, inevitably a parent can't work anymore. And so they take a huge hit of like in a financial toll of like, even if they're doing well and insurance is covering the medical bills, which hopefully it is, because if it's not, you are absolutely screwed.
Mhm.
But most people that I've run into, their insurance has at least helped. But it's the lifestyle now have to live that you were never prepared for. And it drains them. And so I'm like, okay, if I could relieve some of that financial burden, like I know what it's like to be weighed down by financial burden and what it was like to get rid of it. You know, when I had my house, broke my neck, could no longer pay for my house. So I sold it, made enough money that I could no longer have a mortgage. It was a relief. I was like, a whole new world opened up to me. Like, man, if I could give these families that same feeling of like relief, that's what I want to give them. I want to make their dreams come true, but I want to be relieved at the same time. But then knowing again, like the outcome that they got is just what was supposed to happen.
Yep.
And I can't control that. I can't control what people attach themselves to or not.
You did what you could.
Yep. I did everything I could. I put in the same amount of work. It's just a different outcome that I don't control.
Speaking of outcomes, talk us about the growth of Kelsey since 2019. Where you at?
I was just looking through our stores this week and we're just hitting 700 stores.
Dang,
So
dude.
We've reached some stores. We've had some epic fails, had some successes. We're getting ready to launch in a chain in California called Raley's.
Yeah.
And we're just getting ready for right now. We have, when you walk into a grocery store, they have like those displays when you walk in and it's a trial. So we're making a display and it'll be there for 60 days, depending on how it goes. If it goes good, we'll get put into all the Raley's. So that's exciting. We're just about to produce for it. We've gotten all the supplies. All the vendors are getting their supplies into where we manufacture, and they're producing in Thanksgiving week. So in 10 days.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So your chocolate doesn't need to be refrigerated.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be refrigerated.
So you're doing like end caps? Is that kind of like what you're doing? Is displays like end caps?
Are these for me?
Yeah,
Or
those are for
us?
you guys to have.
Boom.
I'll eat one.
Might as well eat one right now.
Well, we're kind of trying to figure that out right now. We're kind of in a pivot. We're trying to decide if it's better in the fridge or out of the fridge.
Okay.
A lot of our like Whole Foods kind of holds the benchmark. Like what Whole Foods does, a lot of these other chains want to copy and follow. And right now, Whole Foods has them in the fridge. So a lot of these stores have them in the fridge, kind of following that. And we're working with them to kind of do some trials outside of the fridge to see what the velocity means, like how many units you sell per week. So they're trying to see what the velocity is outside, like in a candy section versus in the fridge. But with Raley's, we are going to try outside the fridge by where you walk in.
Yeah, this stuff interests me because my family's business back home is owning a grocery store. So I know all about like sales, where to put them.
Like I didn't know what
kind of
velocity
stuff.
was for the first like 2 years of owning this business.
Yeah. So
Like, these will make you fast.
This is language I get. I get this part. But I'm usually on the other end where they come to us already and they're like, here's what we can help you with, right?
Yeah.
So you're just figuring it out. So it's interesting to hear.
Yeah.
I've always loved the lick the bowl like a grown up.
Yeah, this is all new branding.
That's so cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
Through what have been your hardest lessons that you've had to learn through this experience that have like propelled you to the next level?
Oh, it just takes time. I think that's with CrossFit too. It just takes time. It takes time. You just have to be consistent and time. That's the hardest part.
What's one of your,
was like,
what's a
did I?
failure? Explain to me
Yeah.
like one of your failures.
I want to know
Okay,
epic
so
fail.
an epic fail. Well, you
Yeah.
bought some of ours at the discount store.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I was
That was
in
a fail?
I was in big
That
deals.
was an epic fail. Yeah.
Why's that?
Because we produced those snack packs
Yeah.
and we launched nationally with Sprouts. And then as soon as our launch, they within 4 months discontinued the product. And I produced tons of inventory to then fill the pipeline for a national chain. And it's a big store. And I was like, man, I don't know what to do with all this inventory. I just have cash just tied up at this warehouse, just storing it. And not only paying for it to be stored, I am now not going to sell it for what I was planning on selling it for to Sprouts. So then I'm like, I got to figure out how to get rid of this. Sprouts isn't getting it. I'm getting chargebacks from Sprouts that they're now not going to carry the product. So now they're charging me. And then so I was like, hey, we got to at least sell this for what we produced it for. And we were able to find a few people to take the deals, but I had to throw away some of the product. It was just a few pallets, but we were able to sell most of the pallets. But I mean, we had pallets and pallets of that product.
Shoot.
That no longer going to be produced. And I think one of the biggest learnings I got from that is I just bit off too much. I was like, yeah, a national chain wants me, whatever you want, I'll do for you. Like, hey, well, we want a snack pack. And I was like, okay, done. We'll do you a snack pack. Because they contacted us and they're like, we really like your product. Would you be able to do this for me? I was like, you dream retailer. Yes, we'll do what you want. But going back, I'd be like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll do it under these, I'll launch a trial, see how it does. Let's do a smaller location, California. I'm very saturated there. Let's try it in California, see how it does. We would naturally grow with it, And I think I just got too excited.
Oh.
Yeah. And produce something that I was already producing. So I think before, I would build it different and I would just sell one of those wrapped ones, the 0.5. So inside your caddy, there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
I'd just wrap one of them and sell it by the cashier or something so people could start to understand what the product was instead of just going into this national chain where no one knew who I was and having a higher price point on the shelf. Being a snack pack, I think you need to build the customer to already experience the product and then put it in a snack pack where they buy multiple of them. But where I went into a national chain, no one knew who I was. And I was the highest there, so they weren't sampling it. So I would reverse. I would just sell the 0.5 and build the customer base. And then I would launch my 1.5. Then I would launch it was like a 3 ounce, but it was really 6 bites in the boxes you bought. So 6 of them. So I just kind of build it with a better base. It just had no base.
Yeah.
These
When
are
you launch
freaking
the
good.
6.9, let me know. Just kidding. I want to get one for Jordan.
You know what you did there?
I think they're really good. And I think I actually like it more in the fridge. I think I like them to be firmer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
I've gotten mixed reviews, so I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
like
figured
this.
I mean,
Yeah.
ultimately, they still taste good. But it's just
Yeah.
some people put their candy bars in the
Yeah.
fridge. I don't know why. I mean, I don't like that.
Hmm.
I eat a lot of candy bars,
You do you.
Yeah, you do.
It could be
Yeah.
in the fridge or out. Doesn't matter.
That is cool, though. That at least gives you some diversity where you don't have to ship it in a freaking...
Yeah, so then we did launch on Amazon, which is fun. So now we can have much more shipping control.
Oh,
which
that's
is great.
cool.
Yeah. And majority of our retailers are selling in the fridge, which I do like because I think it's more of a premier spot. People are trying to find a healthy product there. So I like it in the fridge, but it does give us the flexibility to be at cafes and to be, a lot of other places that we were kind of confined to the fridge.
Who's making the product?
We make it in Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a confectionery there.
What the heck is that?
A confectionery is someone that does chocolate stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I
so
remember
they
when
have
you
a
were
big
doing
facility.
it yourself here. And I remember you invited Jordan and the girls we need to cut these
I
or
was like,
something
guys,
that.
I need some help.
Yeah.
I need you guys ASAP at this little juice bar. Yeah, and I was having them seal it with a hair straightener. We've progressed since then.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
So
how
cool.
it started. Yeah, it just takes time. I think that's the biggest, hardest lesson is just time and staying consistent and also having a partner. I have Cassandra who just, I guess, being at the right spot at the right time, Cassandra found me and it's been awesome to have a partner that's just so invested in a product that she didn't come up with, but has got me through in times where I'm I don't know, I don't know if I'm gonna keep going. She's just been steady and I always feel like I'm a hard worker, but she's next level determined that I haven't seen in anyone else.
Have you
Yeah.
read the book Shoe Dog?
Oh,
Damn good.
It talks about a guy like that.
Yeah.
A similar situation that I
Yeah.
think you're experiencing. How he started. Shoe Dog is the story of Nike
Okay.
and Phil Knight or whatever.
Mhm.
And he has a partner, same thing.
Yeah.
Where he's dude, this guy was crazy. He's
yeah, you'd send him letters all the time.
yeah, and he said he would just never respond to them. But every day he would get a letter from this guy telling exactly what he did, exactly what they needed to do, blah, blah. And Phil Knight was like working another job so he could give the money to this guy. But like,
This guy was rogue.
yeah, dude, he was just
Nuts.
going off. And like, really, you could probably attribute the success of Nike, even not even the success, but like where it is, because I'm sure Phil probably would have quit. Same thing.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah,
him.
no, if it wasn't for Cassandra, there's multiple times I know I would have quit. But she's been consistently
Come here,
pushing us.
Rooster.
Come
You
on,
can come on
Roo.
in.
What's up, dude?
There's one little cord right there.
He found a friend. Odin's following him around.
You've been feeding the dog?
I think that's a myth. I don't know.
Look it up.
I had a German Shepherd that before this one who got a whole, like, and maybe it's so diluted in chocolate, right?
so
But it's
good.
like a tub of hot chocolate that he pulled off of the island one day and ate the entire thing of hot chocolate mix.
Dang.
And then he'd eat candy bars all the time and stuff like that. So I'm
It's
just
little
like,
grapes. You're not supposed to feed him grapes. or
yeah,
something.
something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Yeah.
So, but Kelsey's, it's so crazy that you went from having the girls at the gym help you to a confectionery in Chicago. Like, how many
7
employees do you have right now?
We don't. It's just me and Cassandra.
Just you two.
But we have people that we work with that
Yeah.
are like we contract them out. But
So
we're
smart.
kind of like pushing that off until we can, as long
Forever.
as we can. Yeah.
Forever. Don't have employees.
Yeah. I'm like, I just don't want to manage that right now. So
Mhm.
Yeah, you're kind of managing
yeah.
motherhood and
yeah.
growing it. You don't need to manage the more kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll have,
it
like,
really is.
we have people that will go do demos for us.
Mhm.
So we do that a lot for people, but they are not like our employees. If that
Sure.
makes sense.
That's cool.
Yeah. We have people that will do events, but aren't our employees.
So you're at Brolum's. You're in Jackson. Where are you at in Jackson?
Jackson.
Local spots.
Local spots in Jackson. We're trying to get more of a footprint in Jackson. I just started working with a distributor that goes to a lot of the cafes there. So hopefully throughout the winter, you'll start seeing them at the resort and lots of little cafes. But
Yeah.
we're still working on that spot. Whole Foods is the best spot in Jackson. But yeah, I mean, majority of our stores are in Southern California, and then Wegmans, which is kind of like New York area, and then the East Coast.
Nice.
But I'm trying to get more here. I need more here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
How
that's
did
why
you
I got
make-
into this new distributor to get more in Jackson, more in these little Island Park, all these areas. So hopefully within the next like year, you'll start seeing them pop up in these more spots, Sun Valley, Jackson. I'm like, man, I have some really nice spots right around me.
How did you make your initial connections? Like, I have no idea how this works, but it interests me because I'm like,
Yeah.
at some point you had to go and be like, hey, I make this. And then like, how has that evolved? Like, how do you get your stores to accept you, I guess?
Well, we worked with somebody called a broker that has relationships with these big natural grocers or grocery stores. And so we would pay them and they represented our brand and they would get us meetings. And then once they got the meetings, we would sell them.
Oh, that's cool.
But we're not currently working with that broker anymore because I'm not really trying to expand into more. I just want what I have to be really good.
That's
And
cool.
then I'll expand more. But I think I made that mistake. I think that's when I pulled out with Sprouts. And I'm like, man, that's not what I need. I need a better base. Like building anything, right? Like you just need a better base. And I think I realized that I'm like, I can't expand into a national place until I actually have like a good foothold,
Yeah.
So trying to make higher velocities in the stores that I have instead of growing into more stores. But that's initially how I got into these big chains, was a broker.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Somebody called me a child exploitation broker on the internet.
Yeah.
What was that dude's name again?
I can't remember. I don't know what his name.
I tried looking it up the other day.
He's a butt. Oh,
I always had a
Close.
thing when I first started my concrete business. Like I would say, you have to make your business make you grow rather than you make your business grow.
Yeah, I can
like-
see that.
So, because it was always like, and I know it could go both ways. Like people that have huge, gigantic businesses would be like, no, you just have to like put money into it and invest and make it grow like crazy. But like I built mine by like just slowly. I would take a little bit of profit, put it in my pocket. The rest of it would go back into the business, and I'd buy equipment. And it was like I ran it debt free the entire time. And it was like, sure, it was 10 years of just like grinding,
Grind,
right?
grind,
But
yeah.
at the same time, I never had to worry about it.
Yeah.
Like it made itself grow basically in the way that like we ran it. Like, do you take
Patience.
on what's that?
So that takes patience.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
don't have much of that, which is weird that I did that. But like, do you take on, or are you guys taking on debt? Do you just like, how did that all play out?
Cassandra and I have self-funded for the past 6 years. We did do one round of friends and family right before we were launching in Whole Foods and Sprouts. But other than that, we've just been self-funding.
Is that like on purpose? Or is that like something you wanted to do?
We want to get an investor to help it grow, but we've also heard the complexity of the investor world. But it does get tricky now with like prices because everything's getting really expensive. So ingredients, everything's going up. And so to stay competitive on the shelf, it gets hard because if you keep raising your prices too, right, people stop buying your product. So it's kind of like we're trying to decide, like, is it worth getting on an investor to help us get the volume up to then stay competitive price on the shelf? Or do you just raise your price and then people that love your product keep buying it?
I wonder if
don't
like
know.
getting an investor, and I have
Yeah.
no idea, but like
Yeah.
when we talked to Stu, do you know who Stu Draper is? He's cool. He's a local cool dude.
Okay. I'll look him up.
But I wonder if like, I don't know, but I wonder if investors are more for like, hey, we want to build this out until it's fully functioning. Like they get shares. And then when we sell this, that's when they get the return.
I think you could do
Exactly.
it like an equity investor, or like not equity investor, but like a long-term investor. But I bet you
They usually want their return within like 4 years, right?
Yeah, I think there's investors for all the above.
Yeah.
They want
I
a
see.
6-month return. They want a year return, a midterm. And
You need to find an angel investor that has lots of money, but that doesn't.
I think I'm
control the
pitching them in January, so in Jackson. So hopefully we'll
That's
find
cool.
someone. Yeah, there's a startup group there that there's a bunch of angel investors that are retired there and want to do something fun with their money.
That's
So
cool.
I think we're gonna try to pitch them.
That's
what
so
is
crazy.
what does an investor of your caliber look like?
I would love someone with expertise, not just money.
Yeah.
I would like someone that could help guide me. So I think that's one of the hardest parts I've come with running the business is that's why I loved CrossFit because it was like, this is your checklist for the day. Like, do this, study this out, and you can be good. And I loved that. Like, every day I'm like, oh, yeah, I thrive. Like, this is what I need to do. And I'd feel so good when I check it all off. And I'm like, all right, like, I did it. Like, I don't need to, like, mentally decide if I did enough or I didn't do enough because it was all written out. Like, I know if I did this, I'm good. And I think running the business, that's, like, the hard part is, like, no. And I
Did you
think,
do
like,
enough for next
parenting,
month?
too,
Did
like,
you-
it's hard. Like, there's not something like, this is what you have to do. I think with the business, it's hard knowing, like, okay, this is what you do.
Yeah.
And so I would love somebody that has done it before and could help coach me because I feel like Cassandra and I are very coachable, and that's what I thrive on. So I'm trying to find somebody that could help guide us along with the money.
I'm the same way.
Me too.
Like, I need a
bro.
real estate investing coach, but I don't want to like a real estate investing group. That's what like I've
Like a coach.
Yep. Like I've had real estate investments for 10 years, but I've again ground it down, like just like one here, one there, super slow and patient. But yeah, like I'm the same exact way because I always look at it, and I've equated it in the last couple of years to like professional athletes and then like CrossFit athletes, right? You have a coach, you have a checklist, you have a workout, and you have a program. You follow that. And if you are good enough, like, and you are mentally good enough, you're going to go to the games and you're going to be good. You're going to compete. If you don't follow that checklist and you're just going to be average, or you're going to be whatever, you're not going to make it, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, Michael Jordan had a coach. He had like, can't remember, I saw a stat a while back. He had like 6 coaches or 3 coaches or something like that on any given time, like dribbling, shooting, workout, whatever. And it's like everybody in a professional atmosphere in sports has multiple coaches. Everybody in a professional atmosphere of business, like majority, probably don't have a coach. And I've always thought about that, like, why? But the really successful ones do. Like they'll pay $100,000 if they're big enough for coaching.
Mhm.
It's like, why don't people take on more coaching? Like, I don't know if it's pride. I don't know if it's money. I don't know.
I'm the same. It's the same thing. It's like you just wish you had like, you had a guide or
Mhm.
something like just, it doesn't need to be clear, but like maybe a map of some sort that's got burn holes in it. I don't care. But hey, just give me an idea. And it's probably like more of an assurance thing. Like,
Yeah. It's just
Hey.
because mentally it was settling, right? To have
Mhm.
the checklist. Like, I'm like, okay, it's settled.
yeah, like, oh, I did it all. And I think I'm probably experiencing the same thing, and the same thing that you've already experienced. It's like, did I do enough? Well, with the CrossFit, like, yeah, I did everything on my
Yeah.
checklist.
Like, I'm good for the day.
Yep,
You're like,
I can check out for a minute.
it's like
Yeah.
you're
I think there's no
holding
checkout.
It's like you're holding yourself accountable for somebody that's already credible.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, sweet. I don't know. How do you find that? I don't know.
Yeah, how do you?
I'm not the answer to that. I don't know, because I've been searching.
Well, yeah, I would really like that.
Like, I think part of it obviously is money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you'll take on somebody that, if you're willing to pay them for their money and for their coaching, they'll come on. Like, ultimately, like everybody, not everybody,
It
but
can't be reversed. Like they give me money and they coach me.
yeah. Well, they can, they will, but there's got to be a return.
Well, how cool would that be? It's like, hey, you do all the work, but I'll tell
part of
you.
my business. Yeah, they could do that for me. I would.
Yeah. I think there's those people out there. And I think, and I'm sure there's people out there, especially like big people that have had money, whatever, that are like, not to be sexist, but you guys are in a situation. It's like you are two moms that are trying to make it in a world of sharks.
Mhm.
Like, why wouldn't we help you out? But it probably also would come at like, yeah, we want equity in your business. Like, we want 20% equity. So when someday, you know, I don't know if it's your goal, but you either sell it or you do
That is the goal.
something. Yeah. And it's like,
Goal
okay,
at the end
so
of the
when
night.
you sell it, they want 20% equity out of that business. And so 20% of whatever that total is theirs. And so I don't know, you know.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, there you go. So if you're out there,
I need.
hit up
That's what I
Kelsey.
need, please.
That'd be sweet.
I wonder.
No,
like,
our competitors just landed at Costco here in
Who's
the
that?
fridge. Honey Mamas.
All right, I'm going to
They're
go
in the
take them all
fridge.
out.
They
cut
have.
that out.
Do they have to be refrigerated?
I mean, they're sold in the fridge, but they don't have to be
Oh,
refrigerated.
I was going to go take them out.
Is that something you could like?
Go take 'em out,
Put them on the
buy 'em
floor.
all?
No,
Put 'em-
no, put them
like
on the floor so
destroy
they
them.
destroy them.
Why are these over by the shoes?
Who keeps moving these daily?
No, they're pretty good company, but it is nice because they're spending a lot of money on marketing and stuff. So hopefully it'll be nice to kind of. I
See?
feel like they need competitors out there. So.
I feel like if I was going to ask you, is there potential to collaborate in a way, like not even collaborate, but like work together and like, hey, this is what has worked for us, and this was what hasn't.
Like me and you, or you're talking about my competitor?
Your competitor.
Oh, I was like, yeah, we can collaborate.
No, yeah.
Do you have $1?
Yeah, got $1. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's competitive. Like the CPG world is
So like
brutal.
cutthroat.
No, I want to say cutthroat, but like I wouldn't feel comfortable contacting Honey Mama, but I would contact other people on my shelf. But with them, we're like pretty. I mean, I just have dates in mind now, but before there wasn't like a lot of there wasn't a lot of differences in the product, but it's nice. There's like a whole community of people out there that I would talk to and do talk to on a, I would say like on a quarterly basis of a lot of products that we'll talk to people, which is nice.
What if there's something on school?
How are you approaching marketing? What's your
Well, the problem is we don't have like a ton of marketing dollars, but our best thing that we've done is demos.
Okay.
Honestly, just being in a store, handing out samples. Because people, if they haven't heard of us, they usually don't buy us. But if they sample it, I mean, just like at Costco, I mean, they have samples there. I usually buy a thing, So that's like our best thing that we do. But that's what we would want to find an investor to help us market more. And I think I would do a lot of online stuff with the money.
That's cool.
A lot of online ads, a lot of online content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever try to look for somebody with a profile to kind of sponsor them in a way?
We've sent out a lot of product to influencers, but
You didn't get anything
Pretty
back.
freaking tough.
it's hard. Yeah, like I think that I would need some money to like pay them a monthly retainer to like
Yeah.
really get the stuff I want,
Okay.
which we haven't put the money behind that. But just sending them product, like you get some shout outs and stuff, but it's not
It's not-
enough to move the
It's
needle.
not obtainable to keep.
Yeah, but I think like if I had some like investing money, I would try to find some people that genuinely love the product or collaborate them with a flavor, like someone really popular. I would do a flavor that they help me come up with so that they like really truly are behind it.
That's cool.
I like that when people like mesh with someone
Yeah.
in their field or something.
Yeah,
It's
like I'd find someone like that, help get it out there. But the world is so digital now,
yeah,
It's really fun.
I had just joined a coaching group for social media stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Well, like it wasn't what I
What are you
wanted.
learning?
Dude, it was like $200 a month just
Yeah.
to be part of this group.
Uh-huh.
But like what I was looking for was an additional part of the group. It was like this smaller sector. And so I set up a meeting to like meet with these people,
Mhm.
and they're like $30,000. And I was like, I don't have $30,000. Like, bro, like
$30,000 for the course or $30,000 for what? Like
for
what?
1 year of coaching from them.
Dang.
Yeah, that's what
Okay,
I
so
say.
what do you
6
divide
months.
that by 12 or by 6? Okay, so what are you paying a month? Yeah.
I have no idea, but I looked at. I'm like, dude, because I'm trying to do that. All of my foundation's
Yeah.
been through social media. That was the reason. I'm like, my foundation hasn't even kept close to that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
So that's why I think you need like some investment money because it's just like It's so expensive to do that. With
It is. I mean, I know it would be beneficial,
Yeah.
but beneficial to what? Like me going into credit card debt?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
So you're probably the same. Like, where's that?
Where's the
Dang,
line?
30
Yeah.
grand for a year.
Yeah.
Or
And it might have been 6 months.
Yeah.
It was
6 months.
originally a year, and they put it down to 6
It's
months.
5 grand.
Yeah.
a month.
I mean, that's not crazy though for that kind of stuff. Like that is
No.
they'll charge that.
And that's like,
for-
they're very
yeah.
good. Like this
Yeah.
this gal had helped Post Malone, like helped Raising Cane's. And I think they were the ones behind the Raising Cane's and Post Malone collab.
Mm.
Well, if you see that stuff, it went viral. Like
Mhm.
they're very good.
Yeah.
It's literally called Viralish is what it was called.
We're getting Raising Cane's
Yeah, let's go.
right by a grocery outlet.
Oh, really?
Wait,
Yeah.
are you being serious?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh,
Saw the plans the other day for it.
I like Raising
Wow.
Cane's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Anyways,
fries.
the boys will love that.
And
Yeah.
Chipotle. All
All
right
right,
there.
going into by Dick's.
I love Chipotle.
dang.
Went to Chipotle last night.
Where?
Rexburg?
Rexburg at the Madison meet.
Mhm.
That's cool.
I didn't know they had one there. Well,
You
now I
didn't know they had one there?
No.
I make road
Oh my
trips.
gosh.
Dang it. I would have. Yeah.
Now your stop. Yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
It's awesome. Cool.
Yeah, I wonder if like there's an online community called School.
Heard of that?
Yeah. and
Alex
it's like,
Hormozy thing.
I literally think Alex Hormozy is business god to me. I don't know
Okay.
why. And not that I could even I could not replicate what he does because he is like locked in. That doesn't sound like a fun life to me, but he's put so much time into figuring it out that he just has really good advice. But he helped start School, and School is like an online community where you learn things from other people. And you can join these groups. And I wonder if you could like get into some of these groups, maybe that you could potentially create the connections you need. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Maybe. I'll check it out.
Think about.
It's all connections.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm sure you already have the connections. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
Like ultimately, it's like, I'm sure there's a lot of people in your life that are investors. There's a lot of people in your life that have the experience or have the things that you're looking for. Maybe not 100%. Maybe not one person has all of it, but I'm sure that there's people in your life that, like, Bergeron's got the background of, his family owns a grocer, and
I already thought of a distributor.
yeah, see, it's like, but at times too,
Wow.
you have to ask.
Yeah.
And that's I think that's the
What's that
hardest
you said,
thing.
like closed mouth don't get fed?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Gotta ask.
And I don't know, maybe the ask isn't like, I need an investor, but it's like, hey, who knows about this coaching stuff, or who knows
Yeah.
about this? And then you start, like, that's one thing that Devin's actually good about is like, who knows about this? And then he'll be like, hey, dude, did you see this group? Did you see this? Did you see this? And I'm like, no, but maybe I should.
Yeah, dude. Tommy will ask me, and I'll be like, I don't know. Maybe it's Jesus going up into my phone. It'd be like, ping, 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 ping. I'm like, Tommy, check this out.
It's
It hears
crazy.
you. It hears
Dude, yeah. Chat Jesus. It's up in there, dude.
It does.
Yeah, I don't know. And I wonder, like, how much of that, if you just speak it, this is going back to the praying and the writing it. Like,
Mhm.
if you just speak it out loud and you start, maybe like you are now filtered into like searching for that information. Maybe it's like more openly to come to you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's, what is it called? Reticulated.
Articulated.
I don't know. It's like your reticulated active system or something like that. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
basically like when you say, I want a Hellcat, and you're like, all of a sudden, it's like all these Hellcats on the road. And you're like, where the hell did all these people get Hellcats from? Like, nobody had them before, but really, they all had them, but you just didn't notice it.
Yeah.
So if you're like, okay, I need to find a coach, I need to find an investor, I need to find, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's all of a sudden, it's like, oh, that guy has got, or that person has investing experience. That person got coaching experience with something, or like, oh, this person's a broker. Like, what, I didn't know that,
Yeah.
or whatever the case may be. Like, I think once you start looking for stuff, your mind opens up
Yeah.
to allow it. Whereas before, you're just kind of like, guess we'll figure it out.
it was always there, but yeah, you just never tapped in. What's your biggest struggle right now? Is just that, the investment and trying to find someone that could possibly guide you?
315-pound bench press.
Yeah.
She probably got it.
Getting a faster Fran time. No, just kidding.
What is your fastest?
150,
Oh my gosh.
151, 152.
I was thinking about that today. Sorry, not to go off on a total tangent,
Oh,
but I was thinking about Fran.
I can't do that right now. I would puke. I'm probably at 2 minutes.
Just added 8 seconds.
I was like 6 minutes, I think, was like,
I don't even know what mine is.
yeah, pull-ups kill me.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, what's your biggest struggle?
I would say probably awareness in a lot of the stores that we're in, because we're in a big chunk. I mean, we're in 700 stores, so it's not like crazy. Like when you start talking about these CPG companies, I mean, they're in thousands of stores.
What's CPG?
A customer packaged good.
Okay.
So in that industry, like 700 isn't a ton of stores, but it's enough stores, that if I could get those stores to turn like I want them to turn, it could give me the money that I need to then market. But I think it's kind of like it's hard because it's like you need something to go in there to then get it to create awareness, right? So then you get more money. So if you don't have the money, then it's hard to create the awareness. So then it goes down. So it's hard to just kind of like reverse the energy, if that makes sense, instead of going down to get it to go up. And like, how do I get that energy to then go up instead of down without the money? So I think just getting it to turn like I wanted to. We've made so many changes. We were brown packaging. So this year was like the year of changes, and we changed out. We did less almond flour and more date paste, which it just happened to be, people wanted it to be a little bit sweeter. And by doing that, it helped our margins a little bit. And also we don't have to keep it refrigerated. So that also helped lower our margins so that we could be at a healthy line, a bottom line. But I think when we started the company, we had no idea about any of this. And we just kind of put something out there. And I think going back, like, how do you reverse some of the stuff that's already happened, and how to change it to go where we want it to go? I think I had a realization at the beginning of the year. I was like, man, if I did this, I would do things so different. And then I was like, well, why don't I just start doing it different? Like, what's stopping me? Why don't I just create what I want it to be? So I think this year for Cassandra and I has just been a year of like changing it and putting all the lessons that we've learned into it. And yeah, I'm excited to see where it's go. I mean, it's already seeing like October was our highest month, so that's exciting to see all the turns. A lot of our stores, we're just looking at the data, are 100% up. So there's only about 16% that had dropped out of our stores. So that's also very exciting. I think a lot of it is with the new packaging. It just stands out more. People see it. It grabs their attention. They want to buy it. So that's exciting. Yeah, I think just the biggest thing is probably awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when you say like you would have done things way different, but like you don't know what you don't know.
I know, that's the
right?
thing.
And it's so hard because it's
I don't
like,
even know.
what if you did something completely different? Like,
if I knew what I know, I probably would not have started, to be honest.
Right.
I think starting a CPG business in Idaho Falls is just wild. So it is like amazing that I found Cassandra, who lives in San Francisco, like in the opportunities that she has there with all the different stores, like I think starting a CPG business, you want to have your first 30 stores within 20 minutes of you. So you can check in, be there personally, make sure it's stocked well, make sure that, people know the product's there. But being so far from a lot of these stores is also a big challenge. So it's nice that Cassandra found me. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
You want to know my Fran time?
Yeah.
2:53. You beat
Go
my whole minute.
faster.
No way.
When was that? When was that?
I don't know. Let's see.
I mean,
It
that's
says
me
no
like
notes.
barfing at the end.
Does it tell me?
We're
July
testing it
July
tomorrow.
8th.
We're testing it.
Dude,
Well,
tomorrow.
have fun.
I'm not. What is tomorrow? Saturday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Saturday. 8 a.m.
Oh crap.
Have fun. I'll cheer
Dude,
you on.
like it's like my esophagus splits in half. Maybe that's what I need. I need my esophagus to split in half to let the light in. I'm supposed to do Fran, guys.
Yeah.
We got to do Fran to let the light
No. Not we.
Yeah,
You guys
do.
are doing it. Yeah,
You
don't
too, dude. You got to peel
sign
that
I'm not doing
wetsuit.
it.
Not doing it.
Got to
I'm not
peel your
doing it.
wetsuit. Let the light in, baby.
Nope. Get past that wall, baby.
I used to have to do Fran, what's it called? Where you do something every 3 minutes? Intervals.
Oh,
Fran intervals. I used to have to do Fran intervals.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
If you didn't get done in a certain amount of time, you have 5 minutes, get your Fran down, you get a rest for the next whatever minutes you have left, and you do repeats of it.
What the fuck? Dude, when I get
It was
done with
brutal.
Fran, I'm
Training was
like
brutal.
delirious.
Yeah, I bet it was brutal. You probably saw the devil.
Yeah.
It's
What'd he
hard.
say?
Is that why you went late on your tailgate?
Probably. There's a couple times where it's like, Fran, you can get done so fast that you're not tired until like 5 minutes after, and you're like,
Your
brutal.
nervous system
oh,
just
dude.
fired.
That's what happened to me. Like, I remember when I did Fran, I'm like, I hadn't even started sweating yet. And I was
you
like,
were dying.
this is going to hit me.
Yeah.
And I knew it. And so I just went and sat in the corner
It's
and like,
poison through your veins.
Yeah, dude.
Instant poison through the veins.
I was like, Satan entered me.
Like one time I saw it, like in my mind, it was so awful. I was like, I can see black running through my veins
That's
as
Satan,
I'm doing
dude.
a thruster.
Yeah, that's literally You're getting possessed.
You like Venom?
I
Venom
must
from
finish.
Batman.
Like, that's what your mind
Spider-Man.
starts doing, though. That's what your mind starts doing when you get in that place. Like, I don't know if you hallucinate.
Dark place. Shout out
This
to
is
Tuttle.
ayahuasca.
Yeah. Did you ever hear about what the hell's the guy's name that started CrossFit? Glassman. You ever hear why he started Fran?
No.
Or like one of the reasons? He said that he wanted a workout that like made him, no matter how hard he went and no matter how good he was, he wanted a workout basically that would make him puke no matter what. Like and
He
Well, you
achieved
He
figured
got
it
it.
out.
You got it.
Yep. He said he was like, I'm
got
going to
it.
do pull-ups and I'm going to do thrusters and I'm going to combine them and it's going to be like,
4 times.
and he said he did it and he puked. And he was like, this is it.
Psycho.
I puked today in my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
I got that
actually
last
have
one
to
down. I
do
threw the
it.
weight down. It was like one of those burp pukes. And
Ooh.
you're like, oh, and I swallowed it up. I'm like,
Ooh.
that was acid.
That
Did you
was
do
good.
70 pounds yesterday?
No.
Oh.
I did 53.
No.
I didn't do that.
Oh my gosh, that was brutal.
Yeah, you would though.
No. No.
That's crazy.
What do you? One last question, I guess, and then we can go. But like, what do you see, or how do you see? What's your projection of Kelsey's? Not like I don't care about money or whatever, but
Yeah.
like, what is your ultimate goal with Kelsey's?
It's an interesting question because I feel like that's always changing. And maybe that's why I like CrossFit so much too, because it's not like you're ever really there. Like you can always get better. And I think my goal is always changing. And with Kelsey is like at first when I started, I was like, yeah, once I'm in Whole Foods and once I'm in Sprouts and once I'm in like, like the Wegmans, like I've made it. Like that's where I want to be. But now I'm there. I'm like, that's actually not where I want to be. Like I want to be more online. I want to be more, that would be probably where I see it going more is like being more like an Amazon product and like you more direct to customer going on. Cause I feel like with the store, I'm so far removed. It's hard to actually connect with any of the customers. And I think when I'm able to go to a demo and I'm in a store where I've had my product for a while and they're like, oh, no way. Like, this is your product. And like meeting them, I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Like, I'd like to have more of that relationship there. Whereas in the store, I have no idea. Like, I have no idea who's buying my product in New York. Like, I don't even know. Like, or in Boston. Like, I have no idea. So I'd like to have more connection with our online store so I can be more a part of it.
Got a marketing idea for you.
Nice.
Okay.
Dude,
You should be like a secret shopper of Kelsey's, and then like do something with it.
I like it.
Yeah. You travel around and do like a secret shopper of Kelsey's and be like following people. Be like, you like that? Is that
Like
good?
that.
That's just
funny.
fine.
Like
It's crazy, man. Like
yeah.
if you could create one viral TikTok.
That's what I need.
I'm not kidding you though.
Yeah. No,
Like-
that's what we need. That's like where I would see, like, if I could have a dream come true, like, that would be it. I feel like it would really change.
Dude,
Where
I
it's
mean, Gary Vee talks about that a lot.
I think if you
I
get
like
Taylor
Gary Vee.
naked, he'll do it. It'll be viral.
Yeah, we gotta
Eating
get
it
Taylor.
with Taylor naked.
Oh, damn. Like you went.
I am
Done.
tuned in.
Yeah, I'm there.
All right.
I don't know how, like, it's just crazy. And I go and follow people's videos because I'm like, hey, how can you? The idea just blows my mind of like all these people go viral. I'm like, how'd you set this up? How not that virality is like the
As
it
we've been
is,
studying
but,
it more, have you noticed that it's pretty intentional what people are doing?
Yeah.
Or it's like, oh, like it just went viral. Like I didn't know it was going to go viral, but it went viral. Or people are like, no, I know it's going to go viral because A, B, and C I put in the video.
I mean, so like Viralist, that community I joined, they're
Mhm.
like, we can guarantee with a 95% certainty that you go viral or not.
Yeah.
And so there are a lot of things that are very intentional. Are there
Mhm.
people that are not intentional that go viral? Yes.
Yeah.
But
they can't do it repeatedly.
no. But there's a repeat system of how to go viral.
Yeah.
And I have not figured that shiz out.
Well, when you do, Kelsey's could talk to you. About
Oh,
something.
man.
Just kidding.
It's crazy because I understand the framework.
Yeah.
I know it. But I don't know how to apply it correctly every time.
Huh.
And it
Well,
maybe
because the algorithm's always changing slightly, though. So, right? Like, isn't it
it
always?
does change,
So, how would you know?
but
Like, we're working with Amazon people, and they're like, it's always slightly changing. So, they're always slightly changing our ads and like, adjusting it.
yeah,
Because it's always off
The-
of the algorithm. Even Amazon.
Trending or whatever.
there is. I mean, there's A/B testing. Like with your ads, that's just something different. Virality is, it's all a numbers game. But like your first thing, I mean, I could get into this deep. I've studied this because I'm like,
Right.
how do I'm with Tanner's video.
Yeah.
I did things for a reason, based off of everything I learned, which seems messed up, but it's like, it's just what I knew. And it just came, I was like, it just lined up perfectly for that one, which got over 1 million views. So I was like, sweet. But your first big thing is 3 seconds. So your content goes into testing pools, and it's typically from 300 to 500 people, viewers. And with TikTok,
So that's why it's like always 300 to 500 when you post something. Because that's like the testing.
it's your first test pool.
I see.
And it tests your hook, your retention, and your repeat views. So like if you have so with viralists, you're like, we want an 80% 3-second retention. With mine, I'm lucky to get 60%, and I'm typically more around the 50 to 40. But if you can hit an 80,
then it pushes.
Yeah. But then all your retention is by 3-second increments typically. So you got 3, 3, 3. So that's why if you look at people's videos, every 3 seconds, there's a scene shift. So you're never stuck on something for more than 3 seconds. And if you can scene shift away from like this into like the woods, and then back, and then something else, and then like it's crazy. And like the sounds, dude, it blows my mind. But so you've got your
3
hook,
seconds.
which is something that's got to like, and your hook typically has to have something that doesn't make sense. So it's like a lot of
you
like,
burned your house down.
What's that?
That's why you burn your house down.
Yeah. So I did one that was like a fire can, like me pretending to put gas all over my front porch, and I had good retention, which was funny. Like my hook was great, but then my payoff was wrong. Like it was too long of a video, and they didn't care anymore about what was happening. It's weird. So you got to have your hook, and it's got to have typically something that doesn't align. So
do you check it with ChatGPT? Is this a good hook? They're false. Like they don't really understand.
Chat gets it a little bit, but like not typically. Like I typically teach Chat, which is funny. I'm like, no, that is literally stupid. Like this is not I've done it before where I'm like, Chat, just tell me what to do and I will do it. And I've done it, flop.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, let's do this. He's like, you should do this. I'm like, you realize you told me this last time and it did not fucking work? Like, oh, well, maybe we needed to try this. I'm like, dude, I did everything you told me.
Like, why am I wasting my time talking to you?
Oh, dude, I went down to like even the sounds I was like, Chat, I need to know on-screen text, what the video shoot is, what my shots are.
What's the sound that you like? What kind of? Because I get the 3 seconds, the hook. What's the sound?
So like an intro sound. Sometimes there's like a bing, or like within the first 3 seconds, if you shift, like there's a sound like a transition sound, and it clues you back in, which is also a psychological thing. So there's like a lot of psychology that goes into this, which is crazy. Like how this can be. But if you can get one viral video that just sends your product to the freaking stratosphere, like
that's what a lot of our competitors are doing. I mean, they're getting a viral video and everyone's finding it in stores. Like it just churns your product so fast.
Yeah, it's awareness, right? It's Alex Hormozy talks about this, where it's like, hey, the biggest problem in everyone's business is nobody knows you exist. But the second people do, they are more aware of what you're doing, and then it's alignment, right? It's like, I do like this kind of healthy stuff. Oh, I want to try that. And then it's going to spread. Like as people like it, it's just, that's cool. So you'll get it. Annoying.
Yeah, you got it.
But yeah, if you can go to like look at viral videos, that's why I hate it, because I just spend my time watching
I know that's
videos.
my other thing is like the time that's like I do it for a little bit and then I'm like, man, I don't have the time. Like I'm running all this other stuff. So I'm like, I need to find somebody that
just replicate it. Find one and replicate.
Yeah.
There's this Waffle House lady. She's Chinese or something.
But she does like a weird scene, like someone's gonna die and then goes to a restaurant.
I'm like, bro.
See, she got you.
Yeah, she got me.
And her videos.
It's always like something crazy is about to happen and then pop there.
And then she's like, you'll try my waffles.
Well, now you got it.
Yeah, dude. And she's got like the little round glasses on. But that's what it is. It's like, it's a funny Chinese lady, like the waffles, and she's usually carrying them outside.
There's like a name for it. What is it when you hit your video in, or what's that name? They cut the video. I don't know.
I know what you're talking about.
You
but
can like download the video. It's like a thing on TikTok. You can like I feel like it starts with an H. I can't remember
either. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But if you like just recreate one of those with Kelsey's Kitchens, if you look at her videos, they go viral every time, every single time. It's just the same formula. It's the same thing she's doing.
Yeah.
If you look at the most successful people, they're all doing the same thing over and over and over again once they found it. So let's go, Kels.
Thanks. Thank you.
Anything else?
Yeah. What's your golden? I want to hear like a life nugget before you leave me.
From me?
Yep.
A life nugget? I don't know if I have any.
You have a life nugget. You're a happy person. Let's go back to happy.
Surround yourself with good people.
What if I have not successfully done that? Just kidding.
I mean, you married one of my best friends.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
did.
probably like the best thing you've ever done. She's a gem.
he is.
Gem.
I take that back. I love you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about these guys?
Yeah,
I'm talking about
That's why we both were like,
Oh.
Yeah. If it weren't for Jordan,
I
I would
like
not be
your
doing
spouse.
any of this. I would not
Yeah.
be in this freaking room. I'd be
That's
working
what I'm
at
saying.
Home
Like, I
Depot.
feel like
you'd be in the
you're, like,
military.
I would.
Shooting shit.
I actually told her, I'm like, if all my family dies, I'm going straight to the military.
Yeah, we've
I'll
talked
just
about
go
this.
overseas and just whatever happens.
Me and Devin are going to go rogue and contract on pirate ships.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel like that's kind of a cliche one, but I think it's true. I mean, I don't think I would be anywhere near where I am without Taylor. So I think finding the people to surround yourself with, it's a big one.
That's a big one. I think like, I'm going to shut the hell up. Actually, never mind.
No, it is big.
Sandra with me, yeah.
We actually, I'm starting a men's group December 10th is going to be the
Okay.
first one. And it's all about surrounding yourself with the people that like lift you up rather than like
It's
pull you
huge.
down.
Nice.
So
Some low hanging fruit
Surprise.
right there. Yeah.
December 10th.
December 10th,
You're there, bro.
Let's go.
I'm there. Then we win.
All right. Well, if you guys
Yeah.
are listening to this, kelseykitchen.com.
Is it Kelsey'sKitchen.com still?
It is. We need to get that changed, but it
Oh.
is kelseykitchen.com.
Okay.
Yes. Someone owns kelseys.com.
Okay. But yeah,
Fight them.
how many
Right,
different
but-
flavors?
We have 4.
4.
Mint chocolate crunch, some raspberry one, and
The
orange.
raspberry one
Raspberry,
is the
no
one that I
orange.
like.
Oh,
We got rid of that one. It was a dog. I liked it a lot, but it didn't sell like I wanted it to. So we have a mint chocolate crunch, a salty peanut caramel, rich raspberry, and a double fudge.
I like mint and raspberry.
Yep, they're good. So if you're listening to this, go out and get them because they are good.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you.
All right, love you. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. If this episode gave you something real, don't just sit on it. Do something with it. Hit follow, drop a review, and share this with someone who needs a wake-up call today. The real rebuild grows because of you. Let's keep building.